We've said this before, but I upload YouTube videos. Not a professional streamer. This whole process is a mystery to me.
Yeah,
it's
me too.
It's a wonder that it works when it does. Hopefully we're live. It's going to take people a little bit. We don't schedule these. It's a surprise. So
surprise!
Yeah, that's how you know. Not professional streamers. What we're doing today is overclocking the 5090.
Oh yeah.
Either until the cable burns.
Good possibility.
Or
we break a record.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
So we're going to let people join in. It'll take a little bit here. Some people joining in. Cool.
Burn it down.
So start off, let us know how the audio sounds, and we'll keep going. Looks like people are jumping into chat.
Yeah, now we're getting them.
Nice. There it is.
Yeah,
it's popped up. Okay. Tater tot time. That's right.
Don't tater tot.
That's I still don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
But I like it. I like that it's become a thing.
That's right.
Yes, we've got a number of excellent in-jokes here at our stream. So this is Joe Stepanzi, aka Bearded Hardware, joining for another overclocking stream. And let's see how is the audio. Let me know how the audio is.
Is it good, bad?
Why does it say 480p? What? Was it 480p on the test stream, do you know?
It was 1080.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. It says 1080. I don't know. It should be fine, I guess. Does anyone else, people have a 1080p option? Yeah, I don't know why it says 480p. I don't know. Maybe it'll take it a second.
It's because it can't handle all that goodness in one, you know.
Maybe it's the bit rate.
High def.
Well, you said you saw 1080 though, right? I don't know. I don't know how to stream. So. All right. Well, let's see. Let's try. Maybe let me open up the stream.
Looks like you had a big jump.
Yeah, it's just loading everything in. Well, it says HD now. Maybe it's working now. Yeah, 1080 60. All right, cool. It just took it a second. You all seeing 1080 now? This is how you know it's this is a collaborative effort. Because we need the audience input for how to do this. All right, they're saying it's 1080 now. Sick. Thank you all. And it's worth
took
checking.
a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
weird.
know. It's
hey, at least we're good now.
Doesn't matter. All we care
exactly.
about is the overclocking part. So we have an ASUS 5090 Astral OC.
Asterd.
Yes, Joe has renamed it.
Asterd.
That is what he's named it.
Yes.
He learned the word Astral 2 days ago when I taught it to him.
Well, I thought he said Asterd. Just saying.
Yeah, well, and now you've expanded your vocabulary, so we all win.
Yep.
The viewers get your commentary, and
you're welcome.
And you get new vocabulary. So this is we've done something really cool here this time.
Do you want to run some?
Yeah, sure. Let's start a basic full stock run, I guess.
Hold on, I got no fans because it's loud.
So we are hooked up to, and I'm going to check the chat in a second here just to make sure everything's still going well. So this is a Fluke RSE 600. These are super nice thermal cameras.
So cool.
Yeah. It's basically an industrial one. It sends the data over Ethernet. That's how you know it's a good thermal camera, because they have special connectors that are very difficult to replace. And we just hooked it up. And we've got a good shot here, unfortunately right now, of just Joe's beard. Sorry, I mean fortunately. I didn't mean to say unfortunately. That was very insensitive of me.
It's okay. I know you're mad because your beard's like this.
That's true. So,
I get it all the time. Beard envy.
So we're going to be able to see the some of the connectors. Now we have a wire view in here. These are pretty good. So it's going to do a lot of heavy lifting. Yeah.
Takes too long.
It's more of just to be able to see the back of the card and see the back of the GPU. So there's, it's not supposed to be like a scientific setup, but just something kind of fun for the stream.
Well, of course, you leave when it's about to run.
Yeah, we'll point back over there.
Yeah.
So the benchmarks we're running today are Steel Nomad and Port Royal.
Yes. Steel Nomad has become a new favorite of mine.
Yeah. Do you want to talk through some of what you've been working on the last day on all the prep for this?
I didn't do any work. I'm just yeah, I'm just kidding.
Talk them through it.
Yeah, so we got to play with, this wonderful graphics card, which is actually quite impressive. It's a little on the loud side when we start doing fans and all, but for an air-cooled card, it is pretty impressive. It does keep the GPU cool, and the 5090 is a monstrous GPU, so all the cooling you can get is very helpful.
We haven't revealed the most important thing we did yet.
What's that?
The soldering project.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to reveal that? Or?
Yeah, so we did...
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. Basically, right. So I was testing the card, kind of going through the clocks, and one thing we noticed is that no matter what we were going to do, just even a little bit of an overclock, we're hitting power-related issues, especially with, because we're on air. You got to figure with air, the GPU temp is going to be really hot, so you're going to run it with a lot of power, and the budget like we had, or to be able to you're talking
power
like
budget.
Power budget is very minimal. So one of the things we were looking at, we were checking out other people's to see kind of, there's some liquid nitrogen scores on there, and if you're going to do it on liquid nitrogen, then there's got to be some other way. So one of the first things we look at is usually, the shunt mod type situation. I've done many shunt mods. I've taken over power on a lot of graphic cards before. So this is usually the first thing we try, is we end up putting a shunt mod, or look to see if a shunt mod's even possible. So
yeah, I'm gonna see if we have.
Have one on there?
I'm not sure if this board has.
It's a cool little board. But
yeah, it's not retail though, so I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, it's got shunt resistors. Okay.
Did that board work?
Yeah, it works.
It did.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. This is the. So anyone who didn't see it, this is the prototype card.
It's pretty awesome.
Really cool. Yeah. We'll once Andrew gets back on the camera, we'll get a zoom on the shunt resistors so we can explain what they are and where they are. So yeah, a couple things we're doing differently. We were able to fit a liquid nitrogen pot on it, sort of.
Well, yeah, that was kind of one of the big things that I think we were both worried about so much, because it is a new graphic card, and which means a new generation. So with the new GPUs, it's larger. So it doesn't look like it's wider, it just looks like it's longer. So one of the issues is that we'd have to make them out, or we can try to use something existing. So you want to grab it?
Yeah, sure. So what we're going to do today is overclocking on air, and which is fun. I mean, we haven't done that a whole lot. I did one of them years ago.
And you guys can do it too. That's the kind of the best things,
They can,
it's relatable.
If you can get one of the 50 series
that's
cards.
True. That's the other thing. I can't even get one.
But even if you're not able to get one, then actually, honestly, more than ever, overclocking makes sense if you're on hardware that's maybe a little older than you want it to be. Yeah. Because if you can get, depending on how far back you go, I mean, you know better than anybody.
What are you saying? You saying I'm old?
No.
I'm saying I was old.
It did come out that way. That is not what I meant. But yes. But what I actually meant was, so back in the 10 series, the 9 series, a little bit of 20, you had some serious headroom, even on air.
Oh, it was actually kind of amazing how much you could do. But then you also had the power issues then too. I think during those series is where NVIDIA, or they, basically started locking it down. So we used to just, with the shunt mod, we always used to use I used to cut little pieces of copper and basically desolder the old resistor and put one of those and short it. Because some guys would short it, and that was just the easier way. But we couldn't do those starting in the 10 series, because if basically what NVIDIA built into the card was a safety check. Safety check.
Or, as we called it in our video, a fun protection.
Fun protection.
Yes.
I actually love that one.
It's a fun
protection.
Or prevention, maybe.
Fun prevention
mechanism.
Prevention, yes. No, but after a period of time, we were able to figure out that if we put a certain resistance value that's at least not fully shorted, but enough where it tricks the power into basically fooling the card to thinking that it's actually using less power. And you can pretty much get away with a lot on that. Yeah,
and so even taking it back to more basics too, I mean, right now is a great time for overclocking if you're trying to just maybe skip the 50 series entirely, or you're just going to wait a while or whatever, or AMD's next series, whatever the case may be. If you're going to stay on your card for a little while, an extra 7 to, depends on the generation, but 7 to 20% you can get depending on the gen. For on air, no hard mods, just if you have a good GPU that's cooled well, might be able to kind of keep your card in a higher performance class a little bit longer. And
I think so.
Not spend the money as soon. Someone sent in, I still don't know how these work.
Was it gift memberships?
Gift memberships, yes. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. I'll do my best. James Diotar, I guess. I know I've done a terrible job. I'm sorry. But thank you for doing that. I think that gives other people memberships. I'm pretty sure what that does. Thank you for sending that in.
Awesome.
So let's do now that Andrew's back on the camera. Let's do, that was a very, by the way, Andrew, very stealthy switch you did of the battery, right? That was pretty good.
Pretty impressive.
So, let me see what we're looking at here, make sure, yeah. So this is like that weird prototype board, but in between those two inductors over here, so that's like a shunt resistor right there. And what we did for the board that's in the test bench right now, the 5090 Astral, is we added shunt resistors on top. I did confirm the ones that this has, according to Dirk Bauer, to Roman, they are 2 milliohm.
Okay, cool.
So we added an 8 milliohm on top of the 2 milliohm, basically a piggyback mod, and it works.
Yeah.
It's boosted our power. Yeah.
Yeah, we went from quite a bit of a difference, because you got to figure when your car's on air, that means the GPU is going to be a higher temp. So technically, you're going to be in a different boost range. So like we're going to be in a pretty bad range, which means that we can only overclock the GPU like this much. Mm-hmm. But now that we have a power mod, we can do it this much, because then the card thinks it's actually, this much.
Yeah, the overclocking. So yesterday when we started, it was like there was no overpower provisioning at all. You're at 100%.
Yeah.
There's no extra, and it's because
it's kind of disappointing, actually.
Oh, I mean, yeah, hell yeah, it's disappointing. Yeah. But the reasoning is, at least with this card, it's at 600 watts already. Yep. The cable, and this is something that gets kind of confused a lot, but 12 volt 2x6, 12 volt high power doesn't matter. The cable is rated for 600 watts. 12 volt 2x6 spec, technically, the spec in total, including the slot, can go to 675. We were talking about that though. They just don't pull a whole lot from the slot. So, so yeah, we're at like 605 watts board power when we were running before the shunt mod.
Yeah, the stock about a little bit maybe lower than that.
Yeah,
with a little bit of clocks when you start doing it, maybe in the low six.
Yeah, and so anyway, we'll kind of. We won't tell them what the power goes up to now. It's not as high as we'd like, but it's
more fun to show you.
It's pretty damn good, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get
Let's just say it woke up the card.
Yeah, it definitely did that.
Yeah. And this is. Do you want to go over the card? Like this isn't like a sample or.
Yeah, sure. So this.
Just so everybody knows that it's not like a specialized sample that.
I am borrowing this from a system integrator, basically. So we got it in. I think they want to use it for some kind of special build or something for someone they're building for. And so they sent it out here. So
that person's going to be pretty lucky. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be pre-tested.
Yeah.
As long as we don't melt the connector into the socket, in which case...
We'll see. That makes it fun. Then I'll keep it. I'll fix it.
I don't know if I can do that. But, yeah, so anyway... this card it's got the 3 fans on the front. I guess, Andrew, if you want to try and do like kind of a showcase. So this is not like sent or picked by ASUS or anything, but 3 fans up front. The heatsink is gigantic.
Massive.
So, yeah, we're going to do a stream recap video separately uploaded. And if we get a shot down here. So this heatsink, which is a couple slots on its own, is the same height all the way down, which is pretty different. And
it's heavy.
Yeah.
Like you can feel like the card is on the heavy side for sure, which is great. I mean, under air, it does pretty well.
And this is just thermal paste right now, so they had a phase change pad on it. It's got thermal paste at the moment from us dismantling it.
Yep.
And then there's a fan on the back over here too.
Yeah, basically the same type of fan is on the back right here. I don't know if you can see that, Andrew. Right here. Basically the same exact size fan is on the other side. The PCB basically goes from here to there. So you have like a cutout right here.
It's interesting though because they lose some depth of the fin stack. So there's that trade-off of they're exchanging potentially more surface area for fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to test it to see how that works out. But one of the interesting things is this fan really sprays like wide.
Oh yeah.
And so a ton of air hits this connector.
It's a connector cooler. We should start calling it that.
I mean, it basically
seems
is,
like it,
right?
to be honest,
like yeah. So anyway, that's the card setup, and we are, I mean, we'll just start with it. Joe, you want to talk us through run them through the 2 benchmarks we're going to do today. And what I'm going to do is start writing, I want to write like scores to beat at the top over here.
Yeah.
So we'll just have them permanently referenced on the whiteboard, and you can walk them through the tests.
Yeah, so right now, or today, my new favorite benchmark is Steel Nomad. Graphical DX12 benchmark, actually quite fond of. It's a little bit, I would say it's kind of similar to Port Royal in a way, but it's like half the length. So it gives you a little bit more ability to get like some higher clocks, maybe not so much on RAM, because one of the things is with Port Royal is it usually likes RAM a little bit more, sorry, DRAM on the card itself. So yeah, we're gonna focus on them and see like how far we can go up on the leaderboard just on air. And then depending on those results, maybe, you know, later we'll check out some LN2 stuff. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, and so scores to beat.
Yeah, what are you thinking for scores here? So well, we got Steel Nomad.
I think we should mention the Port Royal score. So as I understand it, Steel Nomad is rasterized. It's basically a time spy replacement, extreme replacement, and then Port Royal is ray traced. Now there's a celebrity score we're going to try and beat in Port Royal, which is, ooh, he's been bumped down.
Getting lower, Jay.
Mr. 2 Cents. JayzTwoCents. We like Jay. We've had a lot of fun over the years doing overclocking.
It's going to be like 1 cent right now because it keeps going down.
Starting with the burns already.
I know.
Totally unnecessary, Joe.
I know.
Just save it for the battle.
Okay, we'll battle.
That's going to be really embarrassing if you don't beat a score now.
I know. So I'll just be quiet over here now.
So shout out to Jay.
It's okay.
Jay was overclocking, I think, on air also, and may have had the top score for a little bit.
Lucky Noob's right under there too.
Yeah, Lucky Noob's right under him. So we're on the 3D Mark Hall of Fame right now, the 3D Mark website. And if you want to follow along, you can go to 3dmark.com. Hall of Fame is the button to click, and then Port Royal. So Jay is currently ranked 24th with a score of 40,169. So I'm going to write that down as one of the scores to beat. He doesn't have a Steel Nomad score, unfortunately, I don't think.
Yeah, Jay, you need to run Steel Nomad, my friend.
What was it? 4169.
4169.
And then let's do another. How high do you want to shoot? You want to shoot for top 10, or is that too ambitious on air?
I think we can do it.
You want to okay. So if we're going to try and get into top 10.
We'll shoot for 10. Top 10.
Yeah, top 10 on air.
I think one of our issues is that, so with Port Royal, we have some issues with clocking memory. For some reason, in certain utilities, I can't clock over a certain amount. And then even if I use another utility where I can, I tend to get a funkier, lower score. So I'm not sure if that's something in particular with the programs.
Right.
But what we're going to end up using is a MSI Afterburner. One of the big reasons why I want to use it is because I'm not locked on the core clocks. So core is going to give us a lot. We still get enough memory, I think, but I don't think it's going to be to take some massive Port Royal score. I think it's going to be good enough, most likely, for Steel Nomad. I think because it'll be more core than
what do you want to try and hit? Speaking of for Steel Nomad, because #1 score right now.
Top 5, maybe.
You want to do top 5?
I will try. I don't know.
You want to try and do. That's the same guy. The same guy who holds number 10 for Port Royal is number 5. You just look like you're targeting him.
I don't even know him, but hey, it's on, buddy.
I mean, that's the fun of overclocking, right?
No, so, I love going through these leaderboards and then seeing like, okay.
We'll give him a shout out. I'm not familiar with if it's just an end user or
7.
Ludus 7.
Yeah, we'll just say Ludus.
So if you want to hit number 5, we'll write the world record up there too. So 16,161.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll just kick off a run to see like how far.
Yeah, let's fire it off and let's just do a baseline run with full auto everything. 16,161.
No fan?
No fan, just auto.
Yeah.
15,882 for lettuce.
So this is 0, auto fan. And let's do a quick run, see what score we get and see where we're at. And then we can kind of move it up from there.
And then I just got world record SH 1988 right now for Port Royal. Not familiar with them either.
Which one?
#1. The name, I just don't know the name.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks German?
Yeah, German.
German flag?
German, yeah.
Is that French or Italian, the next one? I think it's French.
I think it's French.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyone we know in here? You know any of these names?
I can't say I can pick them up right off the bat. I mean, it's been a little bit.
So yeah, we have it'll be fun. On air is going to be different for us, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it'd still be fun. I think it gives you kind of an idea of like really what you can do as far as the 5090, and then we'll probably surprise you with some things afterwards.
Yeah, this might, we're going to try this. It'll be in the video probably, and we'll see. In the video, kind of recap and follow up. There's only 2 screws in here, which is intentional.
Yeah, because that's the only way we can get it to fit.
Hole spacing was a big challenge for us with this card.
Yeah, we don't, basically our problem is we don't have an accurate bracket that's going to fit it perfectly, but we can get at least enough pressure.
We get 2 diagonally, which is...
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, one of my first thoughts is maybe we would use like a riser cable and put it to its side, but then when you put like a CPU pot on it, then the problem becomes that how do you get it from not moving?
Yeah.
It's a big brick of copper, and you blow on it and it falls off, you know. So,
yeah, so this is
having at least a decent amount of pressure should help dramatically.
Joe is basically talking about, like, we had talked through
we have
the
a lot
idea
of pots. Yeah.
Of these are so heavy, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of copper.
So this is from Burning OC, I think, Pascal.
Yep.
We were talking about basically that's, you know, that's a 4090 silicon there, but we were talking about doing this.
Yeah, put it on top.
Yeah, and riser it.
But we don't have like a mount to really make it so it doesn't move. So it's kind of like, what is the best method with the amount of time we have, you know?
We'd be relying on the weight, and as soon as you freeze the paste or thaw
yeah, and if you touch it, then like you're gonna have to heat it up again. Like I've done it before with like the, what was it, the Titan V, I think it was?
Yeah.
That's how I was overclocking the Titan V, and it was just such a pain. Because then you got riser cable issues as well. It's not the most fun.
So 15220 is our stock run, and just for reference, technically that's in top 100. So that would put you at
15220.
That puts you in 62nd. Yeah.
I don't know if it failed or not. That's a little weird. Let's do another. Well, maybe I'll bump it up a little bit. So 15220.
Or do Port Royal. We need a baseline Port Royal.
Yeah, let's do Port Royal quick.
So auto. I'll write all the scores here. So auto. 15220.
Yeah, and the cool part too is you might want to, once it starts running, to maybe go over to, you know, see the heat, how much heat this thing generates.
Yeah, we'll want to show the power meter too.
You know what it might have been is that the fans aren't on. So it might have been heating up pretty intensely, because you can see it's pretty hot over there now.
Yeah, I'll refocus that image too so we can get a better shot of it. That's not bad, actually. So let's place some, what I'm going to do is place some points. We can just tell it to do hotspots, but I'm going to place some manually. Let's do like one right at the back here. And it's adjusting right now based on the heat, so it's going to kind of change the color a couple times. That's in the memory area, that's the back of the card. And then what I'm going to do is drag all
about
these
to heat up there. It's about to run.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's, you know, system info takes forever, it seems. I think that's the most time we spend is just waiting for system info to run. Yeah, now it's running, so you should see some heating up, especially with the fans off.
What is, let's just check something.
Ooh, 600 watts.
Joe, your beard is 21.5 degrees Celsius.
Nice. Nice. Ooh, we're looking at like 640 already. Just stock with Port Royal.
Watts? Yeah, we'll get a shot of that too in a minute. So, oops, I moved that by accident. So, what I'm going to do is play some of these. Now, what we really need to do is at the end of this session today is run this on loop while we talk through Superchats or something, and then just see how hot it gets. So, I want to be really clear about something here. Let me just address this really quick. This is not meant to be like a scientific test of the cable temperature. No. So, we did that in the past, and I kind of want to do another one with the 5090s. Couple of big things to note. One is in the past we did internal probes with thermocouples and infrared imaging, and so both of those are kind of important to have. Now, in our testing last time, the delta between them was like 8 to 10 degrees, which is pretty damn good for the IR camera because it's so much easier. But point is, don't take this away as like scientific. This is the temperature of the cable, because we're not trying to conduct that test. I would do it a lot differently. Yeah. First thing I would do is a looping workload for
hours.
Yeah. So this is just for fun. I just want to make that really clear. Now it might tell us something interesting, which would also be great. But the numbers you're going to see here would be lower than like a full torture scenario. All right, so we got some hotspots forming up here. I'm just going to kind of grab these as they develop.
Yeah, and I saw about 640 watts being pulled.
That's pretty good for stock.
Well, I think what's happening is the power is fooled, so it's allowing it to go higher.
It is.
So that's why you're going from, we saw about 600 stock, but then now it's going up much higher.
Right. That's probably pretty good for now.
And we got a finished score of 38,561.
Okay, let me write that down in a second. All right.
Something's happening with system data. Let me close this out.
What was your score? 30?
Oh, I closed it.
It'll be saved in the results tab.
No, system info isn't running right for some reason.
Okay. All right, let me check on chat. What's going on in chat? So we're just doing baseline numbers right now.
Yep. Just to get started.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Where's the fire extinguisher? I'll show you.
That's a good question.
The fire extinguisher is right here. Can you see it, Andrew?
No. The liquid, the LN2.
The fire extinguisher is right here. If we have a fire, I will take care of it.
You might want to lead that up.
What's that?
There you go. Much better.
Wait, you want just a fog machine?
There you go.
I probably got another 10 seconds before this freezes my hand to the hose.
Probably. So you probably get going. Let me see what's going on here. So, yeah.
Standing back there the rest of the stream.
Yeah, it didn't save the benchmark. So we'll just run it again.
38,561.
Yeah, it's
38,561.
But I want
Did Andrew remember it right? 38,591. Someone says pretty damn good. But you underscored us by like 30 points, Andrew.
Okay.
No, someone else said 38,561. Which one is it? There's a fight in chat. We got 3 38,561s. We're gonna go with Andrew's memory then. That was auto, right, Joe?
0, 0. Yeah. Auto with fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's kind of crashing.
Oh, you had fan?
No, 0 fan. You would hear
Okay.
that thing, man.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
auto fan, basically.
Yeah.
0 on both, and then, yeah.
Did you flash the firmware? We did not. So the new version of the firmware I saw was for the silent vBIOS. I didn't see one for OC unless it came out today. Someone says there's a driver that fixes Nomad scores out. Was there a problem with Nomad scores? What was the problem with Nomad scores?
I don't know what the problem is. Probably should have just more drivers, but.
We are on, I forget, I think we're on 572. What driver fixed the Nomad scores?
What did it fix?
Let me just check.
I didn't really see any issues with it.
Well, if it was like misreporting, we'd want to check that. Let's see. Let's see what chat's saying. What version? If the person who wrote that could chime in.
The beard on fire.
So new version's 572.42. I don't remember what we're on. That's from a few days ago. I think we might have that. I think we're on that one.
You running some over there?
Might be a little off gassing for it. DXR, someone's saying. Okay. Is it shunt modded or is it with a 1,000-watt power limit? We don't. We have the stock vBIOS, so we don't have a special.
Yeah, we don't have a BIOS.
Yeah, so we're shunt modded. Oh, someone's saying unusually low scores. Okay, so yeah, I think we're good then because we had pretty good scores in pre-testing.
Yeah,
so
we
should be
some
good.
Decent scores on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I don't think it's that for sure.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just run with it. Right now, I don't know. System info is being a little weird, but that could be because of the fans. I think.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So one of the things we can do is show the wire view results as well, which is up here. So this is Der Bauer's, or I guess it's technically Thermal Grizzly, but you know, wire view. And I don't know how well can you see that, Andrew? Pretty well, or I can't really see the top. Maybe if you do the rails over the bench.
There we go. Much better.
Oh.
So now system info didn't fail.
That's fine. Yeah. 38,611.
Yeah, so we're at 38,611.
That was auto?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So let's start clocking it.
Which one?
The video card. This one. It's this. That's the video card.
Which benchmark?
Oh.
My goodness. Well,
Sorry.
Can we turn fans on?
Yeah.
All right, let's turn
The fan's gonna be a little loud, but I think we'll be okay.
See how it rolls.
Yeah. I think it is. It might be a little open.
Did you want to see the driver? The driver's 572.16. 572.16.
That's fine, I think. Yeah.
So you'll see in here we're using MSI Afterburner. What I'll do is I'm going to jack up the fan. So this is where one of the things about this card is it actually is pretty
loud.
Loud once you do 100%. So like
we'll talk a little louder for the rest of the stream for the next few hours.
It is, but yeah.
Yeah, so we'll try and talk over this. If it's like really bad, then we'll increase the resistance on our mics. Or worst case, we could drop the fan speed by 10 percentage points or something. We'll lose some score though if we do that. So should be good. All right, we're gonna start doing our first real test here. I'm gonna read a couple super chats while you configure, and then we'll go through.
How far you want to go?
I think just some initial number. Let's do it so that if someone wants to follow along at home, even if it's with an older gen card, they kind of see the real process.
Okay. Yeah, usually what I do is I tend to do like core clock and then by itself, and then I do memory, by itself, and then usually I combine them. But so I don't know if you want to do that. But what we'll do is we'll bump up the core and see how much we get with core,
Right.
So what we'll do is do plus 100.
Yeah, so if you want to follow along at home, the process we're doing today, we've shunt modded it, which is abnormal, but everything else we're doing is basically you'd follow the same stuff if you want, including this, which is a driver crash.
What happened there?
That looks like a driver crash. It looks like a reboot to me.
Yeah.
So while he's going to do a reboot, people are saying not that loud. That's good. Someone else said, "Good Lord, that's loud." Well, we got okay.
Not much we can do about it. If you want the card cold, we got to kind of.
We can maybe go down to 90%. I don't know. People are mixed. Some people say it's okay. Some don't like it. I don't know. So we'll do our best.
We're trying to break records here. You can't break records on 90%.
Yeah. Someone's saying use the RTX noise filtering to filter out the noise from the RTX video card. All right. Okay.
While we're booting up.
So while he's doing that, I'll read a couple of these. Crowmag sent $10. Thank you, and just said I was here. Sharkums, good to see you, Sharkums. Sent in $4.99. Said burn it all down, gents. Wow.
I like his style.
Yeah. Eternal Golden Braid, $2, and thanks, Steve. Thank you. Do a couple others. Oh, this is a good one, Joe. That's a good suggestion. Bem sent in a $5 super chat and said, "Plan on cooking burgers on it?" Question mark.
Ask Andrew.
That's right.
Burger Boy.
Joe. Yeah. There's.
I dubbed him Burger Boy.
Joe gave Andrew a nickname.
Yeah.
The short version of the story. The first time.
There's a long version.
The first time Joe came up to teach me how to use liquid nitrogen for overclocking, we went out to eat and Andrew got a burger. And then Joe decided that Andrew always eats burgers because he ate one once when we went out.
No. So every single time that we went out, he had a burger. That's how.
But you called him Burger Boy first. Yeah, you did.
Well, he lives great up to the day. Let's just say that.
Well, I remember we talked about that because the second time we went out, like the next day or whatever, and I think you wanted to get something else, and you were like, "I don't want to disappoint Joe." You got a burger.
You gotta love it.
That's right. Cool. People are saying the noise is okay, so that's good.
Yeah,
so
it's
not
both.
1,000 watts. We answered that a few times, but is the stream frozen or what? I don't know if it's frozen or if it's just my browser. It might be the browser. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? Let me refresh. We might lose the super chats, but I don't know if this is a YouTube thing or a other problem. Is it live?
Yeah, I think we're back.
Okay, it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's okay. Is it working? Did the stream drop at all? I don't know if it did. They're saying not frozen. I don't know. It's the interface, I guess. Cool.
They used to be like that all the time for me
Great.
back in the day.
Stream's fine, they're saying. I don't know, chat froze and the video froze and cool. Well, anyway, thank you all for the input, that helps. Sick, okay.
So,
What are you running?
Steel Nomad, plus 100 on GPU, 100% fans, already seeing like 640, 640 watts. And the reason why we're seeing that high of wattage is because we fooled the card. So the card's thinking, hey, I got like 200 watts going, you know?
Yeah.
So it's pulling more wattage than it would normally on like a stock.
my
So you can
God.
see like 640.
Andrew's
Thanks,
picking
over
up
there.
I hope you all appreciate this shot. Andrew's
650.
he's currently picking up a tripod that has a dolly.
That's pretty impressive. It's the guns. All right, so we got a score. 15,537.
That's a big jump. That's a 300-point jump for, what'd you do for clocks?
Plus 100.
Plus 100 on both?
No.
Just core.
Just core.
0 on mem. And
0
then
on mem.
100% fan, which we'll just assume is the case going forward.
Yeah, I would just keep it at 100% fan.
15,537.
15,537.
So your score to hit number 5, I think, was the target you wanted, right? For
Yeah,
this.
at least 5.
So 5 is 15,882. You want to slow it down there a little bit, Joe? You want to make sure we have a stream instead of just blowing through the target immediately?
Okay, so plus 200 then? No,
Yeah.
we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll try plus 150.
We
'cause I wanna see.
gotta give 10 the shout out for
Yeah. We got a
chicken
chicken clock with the best.
got a chicken clock. I mean, for real, chicken clocking as 10, who is Kingpin's former engineer, he calls it chicken clocking, but for
It's true,
overclocking on air, that's my process to.
Well, I do it for also figuring out cards.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're going to try to figure out to have stable clocks going into liquid nitrogen, you got to go through that on air. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you go on liquid nitrogen, I mean, it also does change under liquid nitrogen too. Like the clocks you get are going to be different because, you know, the temperature profile is way lower.
Yeah.
So you never know what pops up. It depends on every generation is usually a little bit similar or somewhat different. It all depends.
You
So-
should run Port Royal after this too.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't run plus 100. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do plus 150 and then I'll go right to Port Royal.
Yeah.
I think we're going to end up lacking on Port Royal, though, just for the memory blocks. We're limited to plus 2,000, but I don't know, maybe we can fool the card into running cooler or something like
Yeah,
that.
someone's mentioning seeing 776 watt peaks with WireView Pro. So even if you're not shunt modding or something, we haven't published this yet. There's data out there from other people, but we did some transient testing on this, which is looking for those really peaky spikes that happen in like less than 100 microseconds. So we did some transient testing, and we were hitting like, I think the highest spike we had was 1,080 watts on, and that's like stock. That was the Founders Edition, 575.
We're going to end up burning it up, I think. Just saying.
We'd have to loop it, but it's possible.
We have another person asking what a shunt mod is.
Yeah, we could go through it one more time. I'll do it the fastest possible version. So the shortest possible version, maybe Sam, our sort of mod who goes through this at the end and timestamps it, can timestamp this for people. Shortest possible version of the shunt mod is there are shunt resistors on the card. They are part of the sensing circuit that looks at how much power is being fed to the card, and it will prohibit too much power from being drawn. And so what we did was we added 8 milliohm shunt resistors, piggybacked with just soldered them
On top.
of the 2 milliohms. So there's two 2 milliohm shunt resistors. There's another one for the slot, but we left that alone. And we added those to the top. And then what that does is it tricks the card into thinking it's pulling less power than it is. And so then we're actually able to pull more power, like more real power. But the card still thinks it's at 600 watts
Yep.
at the max, yeah. And so the point of that is to give us more power boosting headroom we can feed to the core to push the clocks with stability. So that's the shortest possible version.
I don't think I can sum it up any better. But yeah, so.
That's a good summary, though.
It is a good summary.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's the summary of what the result is.
Yeah, so now we're at plus 150 on core. So now we're jumping up to about 15,688. We haven't touched memory yet.
Plus
We're
150.
getting close. What do we have to score? 15.8?
15,882.
Okay.
Let's
Hopefully
do
we have enough headroom, but
Yeah.
let's see.
Let's do Port Royal and get a score in for that.
All right.
Cool. Let's see what chat's saying.
So, hold up. Oh, that's right. Jay didn't do those one yet.
How much electricity bill you pay? Well,
Way too much.
yeah. I don't know. Monthly at GN, we're like a couple grand. It's a lot of testing. that
Depends on
happens
the
here.
month.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
We gotta figure
It's really
it.
the AC that costs
Yeah, I
money.
was gonna say. Down in Florida, we have the same thing.
Yeah.
AC is like most of the expense.
Yeah. People are commenting on the power supply. Yeah, so we're on a EVGA T2. It is a great power supply. It's
Yeah. It's not a limit. So.
yeah. All right. So you're almost top 10, I think.
Already? Yeah.
Yeah, what was the... That was... What was it? 15... 688. Thanks, Joe.
Oh, I thought I had a newer one. I was thinking in the 8s.
Oh, wait. Are you top 10?
That's what we're going through.
Wait, you might be top 10. 15686.
15,688. Oh, we did it.
Wow.
That was
Okay, well, that's number 10.
number 10.
Cool. CPU, I should mention. We're on a 9800 XCD.
Yes.
It's 5.4 gigahertz all core right now. That's it. So that's kind of all we really need. Pretty easy. Normal overclock just in BIOS.
Yeah, nothing crazy. One of the reasons why we're doing these benchmarks is they are really GPU-driven benchmarks.
Yeah.
So,
Let's get the thermals for a second. People want to see it. Well, and this is about as far in as it'll get for this test. Well,
yeah,
that's
Port
hot.
Royals right now is really good.
Well, how much power is it drawing? Must not-
620 right now.
Wow. Okay. Something's like.
Well, I think because of the cooler. The cooler actually does a pretty good
Yeah.
job.
That is the.
Now we're down to 400,
Right.
500, almost 560,
Just make sure it's updating.
560, 570, 580.
It is updating. Okay. Cool.
580. Still 580, so right now it's pulling pretty hard.
The coolers.
603, 601, over 600.
Yeah.
Now back, it's going between 570 and 600 basically right now.
Let's add the.
Which I think there should be a spike up here too. Yep, so back up to 600. Depending on the benchmark, certain parts of the benchmark are going to use more power just because of. Oh, see 610 right there. That's one of the big spots. That back down to 550, down to under 4, or
There we go.
over, a little bit over 4. So we're about 400 watts. Now it's back up to 600 watts again.
All right, so I'm just adding 4 more hotspots to this, which are all in the back of the GPU, as you'd expect. So yeah, the cooler's doing its work. 45 degrees on the back of the card. That's pretty. I mean, that's going to be accurate. That measurement. It's not going to be the GPU temperature. The GPU is probably in the 60s. So.
What do we get? Do we go back?
39809.
No, we're how much higher?
Yeah, you're just 1,000 points higher almost.
I don't know why I was thinking lower. Or
39.
so almost at that 40K.
What was your settings?
Plus 150. It's the same as the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to.
And we'll skip a row.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. My fault.
All right, there we go. Cool.
So what does that bring us for on that one? What do we need? Well, so we need at least 40 NJs. So we got like 300 points.
Yeah, so these are the scores to beat up top. So for Port Royal, my friend JayzTwoCents, 40,169, great score for now. Enjoy it, Jay. So,
Yeah, give it like 2 minutes.
Jay's like getting in the car right now. I'm going to the studio. Yeah, so then we got Ludus 7 was that number 10? Is that what the score was?
I think that was 10, yeah.
40,674. And then on Steel Nomad, so number 1 is 16,161. And Ludus again.
Top 5?
Yes, top 5.
Yeah.
15,882.
So we're getting there. Getting there. Slowly chicken clocking up. All right. How hard do you want to push it?
Let's do another step up.
Memory though? We haven't tried any memory.
I would say show the process, you know, that might be helpful for people if they want to do some of this at home. This is, yeah, for anyone out, like any card you have, any generation, this kind of overclocking is really fun. You can go download 3D Mark and...
Yeah, what I usually do is I'll pick like a gear. So what I mean by gear is like every 25 megahertz and then go up by that. And then sometimes I'll skip between 25 and 50. But you'll notice that like when you start getting to a top clocks, sometimes you'll notice like a certain gear. It's like in a car. Like if you're in the 5th gear and you're doing like a 60 miles an hour, it's not going to get you anywhere. So you want to be in the right gear to be able to do it. So sometimes it's tricky to find out that.
Vince,
for the most part,
calls them memory straps.
Yeah, memory straps.
And
well, it's the same for GPU and memory.
Yeah.
So like you'll see it for both, really.
So there's kind of like it's almost like a black hole area where there's, I don't know, I'll use some old examples from like the 20 series, but I remember overclocking a card and doing plus 800 for memory, something like that. I don't exactly remember, but anyways, plus some numbers. So let's just say 800. And then another one that was like plus 900 or something like that. And sometimes it'll run at that extra 100, but it's actually worse. And
yeah, you actually have a worse score.
And then if you can jump past it and land on the next strap.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? So like even at that 100, if it didn't fail, a lot of people just give up. So what you want to do is actually try a little bit higher because you might actually find that actually right gear, and then it will actually complete perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's one of those special secrets, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna bump it up to 175 now, check and clock it a little bit more. Like we're just stable in the code, just going up and up on the core.
Yeah.
Right now, plus 175, 0 on mem, fan speed 100%.
You guys need to do lapel mics. We are. There. That's right there.
And they're kind of...
He's saying the room noise is loud, and it's it's not the room noise. I mean, I guess it is, but it is not a quiet card when you're running at 100%.
That's probably the only downfall I see of this card so far is that it is louder, but like if you're into OC, it's
only
actually
at 100% though. You know, like,
yeah, you can dial it down, and to be honest, dialing it down actually makes it more reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't expect the top clocks, but you expect a decent clock though.
Yeah. Clock stretching. Someone said, yeah, that's the other name for it. I forgot about that. Clock stretching. Anyway, yeah. All right, so let me do a couple. I'll read a couple of these while that's loading.
Yeah, system info always takes forever.
Oh, I see the problem. Remember when I thought the stream froze?
Yeah.
So this is cool. Thanks, YouTube. The problem is, if I start scrolling through the super chats,
it locks the top part.
It like freezes it, and then it was also turning this whole super chat window black, so I can't actually see anything.
Yeah.
Like, but only when I'm scrolling, it was like making a rendering bug or something. All right. Let's read a couple of these. We're not going to get all of them today. Do as many as I can, but Mike Benedetto said, sent $2. Thank you. Said, when 6090? You're going to have to ask, send your super chat to Jensen Huang next time he streams. He could use the money. And ask him when 6090.
Yeah, he might sign it for you too.
That's true. He did.
You know,
Roman did auction off that. Well, there's the other thing. He's signed a few things lately.
Yeah, lots of things.
We're talking about the one from Roman, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
That video, The Matrix.
Yep.
Let's see. Farmer, Hantas
this
Farmer
might do it right here.
says,
though.
let's see some bubbling plastic.
I don't know. We're getting up there. So what you want to do is, I don't know if you can see it from over there, but like your average frames per second is a good way to go in this benchmark. So in the 160s is a really decent score. But it depends, obviously, certain parts are going to be lower than others, but this should be finishing off about 1773 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then our score, we did 15688 last time, 15769.
15769, okay.
Chicken clocking at its best. Let's go over to Port Royal because it takes a while just to run system info, so we'll kick that one.
What was that? Plus. Do you not remember?
No, because I'm concentrating trying to be proactive to run something else, so I pretty much. Oh, for that, yeah, it's plus 175. Plus 175, 0 mem. I just went up 25. I thought you meant the score. I was like, I can't.
No, I got the score, yeah. And now you're done Port Royal, or are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just kicking it off because system info takes forever to run.
You're really close to that first target score.
It's not there yet. Need to get it.
Let's see. I've never seen this before. Let's celebrate the 10th Super on a live stream, YouTube says, from Battling Bacon, who said, how are your digital gift cards out of stock? Are they actually? There are more Scouts 5090s available than GM. Are they actually out of stock? I don't know, man. I got too much stuff to run. I think they're in stock. It's down in the sold out area because I try to push it to the bottom because it's just a digital thing, but it appears to be in stock.
It's not out of stock.
I don't know. If you're not able to buy one, then I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, all right.
All right.
I'll point that out though. If you want to go to the store during the stream to help support the stream and all the other testing we're doing lately, we got the fan tester live, by the way, if you didn't see it. We have a code right now that is, I don't know if you've seen the code, Joe, but the code right now is in...
That's a great code.
In celebration of me taking 3 years to use the fan tester, and we finally did it. There's a video live with some actual charts in it.
About time.
So the code is about... I'm just going to pronounce the 3 letters, okay? About time. FKN time. That is the coupon code, 10% off anything on the store if you want to use
what
that.
Does that mean?
It stands for fan kinematic.
I thought it was kinetic. That would have been better.
Sure. Fan, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what it was. I forgot.
Like neuro.
Fan kinetic now.
Now.
Exclamation point. Yeah, that's
Like
what it
that
stands
one.
for.
Yeah.
Well, if YouTube asks, I can tell. It's just an acronym. It's an initial, isn't technically.
Yeah.
I guess it is an acronym because you can pronounce it.
All right, we're coming close to finishing up here. So,
I win, sensors.
one of the reasons why I know is that we're at about 18,000 frames. Usually around the 20,000 is where I think we want to be. So we're at 19.7, 19.8. So that doubled up, probably about 39.6 or probably 39.7. Oh, 39.9. Almost 40,000.
Nice.
Not bad. So what do we get? We got about another 125 on it?
I think so.
115, 119.
I'm just bringing back the stream viewer because it went down again.
Got to do Steve's job too over here.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good guys that do some work these days. What is it, 39,927?
Yep.
Thanks for all the help, Steve.
You know, you make all your jokes now. We'll see. We'll see if I pay for your tater tots later.
Yeah, you know you will.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
It depends if I do a decent score.
Oh, is that? I didn't know we had agreed.
That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
If I get a decent score, I get my tots.
I see.
That's how we work.
All right. I didn't know that there was an arrangement.
Come on, how long have we been doing this now?
You know what? How about this? You hit the targets, not just tater tots. I'll pay for bacon cheese tater tots.
Ooh, bacon cheese.
Yeah, that's right.
Now that's some toppings
That's
right
right.
there. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to bump it up to 200 and see how this GPU flies. So let's see. We're at plus 200, 0 on MEM. Get a little Steel Nomad action going.
Nice.
Just wait for system info. That's what's killing me. Push it till she's done ski.
System info is pretty slow.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. Actually, we were using the older one, and then I made sure that we're all upgraded so we could put it on the hop and make everybody cry later.
All right, so let's do some of these chats now that, let's see if it loads. It loaded, nice.
Okay, it's now loading.
Yeah. All right, I see some of these.
System info is still running.
Blendinator, good to see you, Blendinator. Blendinator with the Blender logo for the avatar, Andrew. Andrew's a big fan of Blender.
Oh, I thought we were talking about smoothies or something.
No, the software.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Well, you do like smoothies too.
Yeah, I know. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
See how that connected? Yeah.
Blendinator sent $50, thank you, a lot, and said at least someone got a 5090 FE. Was debating pulling.
Was it me?
Was debating pulling my 4090 FE out for 5090 and start replacing 5950X with 9950X 3D, and that would be a big upgrade. Now I'm concerned about actual fire. Heard 5090 is great in VR though. And then PS about fan kinetic now time. You did another OC stream. 9950 XRD would be a big upgrade. We don't know how it'll perform, but we do know it's going to be a lot better than a 5950X. So that's a big swing. I don't actually know how. Someone in chat can let me know. I don't actually know how load intensive VR is anymore. We did VR testing.
It's been a while since I've even.
We did VR testing like 2017.
All right, so I think we're going to be coming up on a score in a little bit here for at least Steel Nomad with the plus 200. So we went from plus 175 to plus 200. 0 on mem still. Just kind of playing around, see what the core will do. So it's about to end right now, and
this is such a cool benchmark. Like just the
I really
graphics.
like it. I think the graphics are really cool. The only thing is I kind of want to know like what happens next.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
like,
what I was saying. Yeah.
Did we go down?
The first time.
Oh, we actually went down.
Yeah. Okay. What was your settings?
Yeah. So it's just 25 up.
200.
Yeah, 200. So there might be like a gearing there. You can.
Okay.
It's, you know, not always going to go up.
Yeah.
And it could be that I probably need to shut down. So what I've noticed, dude.
What was it? 15.
Hold on. That one should save because
756.
system info. Yeah, 756. System info should have got it, so. Sometimes what I've noticed with 3D Mark, you gotta shut it down and then open it back up again.
Someone says, thumbnail says melt, title says burn. Literally unwatchable. You know what? You're right. This is completely unacceptable for our quality
Unacceptable.
standards. Yeah, this is not okay.
Yeah. Maybe we should.
Or it's SEO. You didn't do the zoom. Oh, no. Oh, now we're gonna do the zoom. Okay.
Can we shoot videos earlier? We're on the stream, boys. Man, system info takes forever.
Someone says you can do VR on APUs these days if you lower render resolution. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna run Steel Nomad again. Make sure we got a decent run.
Yeah. Someone's asking about the breakers. So I don't know. I don't think we really need separate breakers for this, but out of an abundance of not killing the stream, we have them on separate breakers.
Yeah.
So
just in case.
Yeah. So this cable taped to the front of the table, that's just going to its own outlet. Actually, all the outlets behind me are, I think, all different circuits, which we designed it intentionally. So that's separated from the stream system, and I think to 15 amps probably. So that's plenty for just this machine.
Yeah. 600 watts, not too much.
Yeah, might be a 20, but either way. Yeah. Fan kinematic numerics. There you go.
I kind of like that one better.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I meant to say. I forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah, I just forgot. Yeah.
It's hard to find good workers these days.
Well, numerics is synonymous with now.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Let's see.
I gotta make sure I pay attention.
Got a membership from A-Line Tech. Thank you. Let's see. Jake's now 96. Said Kepler Titan. No short, no display. Die not getting hot. Possible dead GPU corrupt BIOS. Could be either. If the die's not getting hot at all, there's not a lot you can do. Like there's some board level defect. I think it would still get some power if the BIOS is screwed.
All right, we might be finishing here. About to finish. What do you think, Steve? What's the score?
15,792. Damn it. Wow, you really screwed me on that.
Yeah, we weren't even bad. Yeah. I think we're in a weird gear.
You really cooked that score.
I don't think I ever ran that one before.
So that's what it is?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, so your excuse is you were unprepared. Great. What was that, plus 200?
Yes.
Was it 15,603?
Let me double check that though.
That doesn't even matter. I'm not going to write it down.
Yeah, it's plus 200.
Get that
yeah,
out
anything
here.
lower.
Get that out
But I
of
want
here.
to see what Port Royal runs, so we'll just kind of skip it, and then we'll do plus 225.
Why don't you, this is a good opportunity though to talk through, like, when you see a score regression like that, what's your process? You know, what are you thinking normally? Because people are going to run into that.
Yeah, sometimes. So there's a lot of different things you can do. We're also chicken clocking right now. So like sometimes what you want to do is maybe reboot the system. Sometimes another thing you can go do is in device manager, kind of reset the driver at the driver level. That usually works pretty well, especially depending on like what failure you get. Closing out 3D Mark just in general is always can be good too. What I've noticed over a period of time is like maybe you do 1-2 runs, close it out, open it up again, run it, and then you'll
sometimes
see
a reboot too. I mean, if the driver's like
it really depends on how messed up it gets.
Right.
You know?
I see you censored yourself live.
Yeah, you saw that.
How messed up?
That's impressive. Yeah. Hey, trying to be good.
There's a lot of demand to answer this. Profit super chat.
I'll throw money to that.
Steve, how much in a super chat for you to do the next video with pigtails?
Like I said, I'll throw $5 to that easy. Pigtails?
I think it's 6.
$6?
Yeah, that'll cover the tater tot.
That's not fair.
Oh, that's not fair.
No.
Okay.
I think if I beat something, then you can wear. How about that?
No, how about not that?
I actually like that.
I don't.
Oh,
I do not.
What
like
do you guys
that.
think?
Don't ask them. Don't encourage them.
I'm encouraged.
They don't need encouragement.
I think you do.
There's enough encouragement.
Oh, I like that one. Fan kinetic nacho tots.
I'm changing the tab.
That was kind of amazing, actually.
What was it?
Yes. Now, if you think that Steve should wear pigtails if I break a record,
fan kinematic nacho tots. Okay,
nacho
that's the one you
tots.
like.
Yeah. Come on, nachos
that's right.
and tots.
You can use code about FKN time. Fan kinematic nacho tots is what we meant to say earlier. Yeah. Keep forgetting what it stands for.
It's hard to remember sometimes.
Yeah. We have these dice on the store if you want to check those out. So these are tabletop gaming dice. A kit of 7 comes in the wooden box and actually comes with a card as well. They've got e-waste inductors embedded in them, and I have tested these for randomness. We've got a video about that on the launch. But anyway, comes in the box, and then we've also got the Snowflake the Cat ones. I don't know which ones these are. Let's just see. Oh, that works. That's the Snowflake die.
And you're talking about me being prepared.
So there's there's Snowflake the Cat. Anyway, those are on store.gamersnexus.net. I'll shout out a couple orders today too.
We're almost at 20K. It might be a little bit low. Yeah,
for
there you go.
For what? The frames?
Final frames, yeah. So we didn't hit 40,000 before.
So does it just double, do you know?
That's what it looks like.
It's 20,000 frames and just doubles
I think it's a double up.
Yeah.
Because it's around 20-ish. So like, I mean, that's within reason.
40,018 is a good bump.
Yeah, and that's plus 200. We got less than Steel Nomad then.
No mem.
No mem.
So current scores.
Maybe we should add some mem now.
Yeah, probably good time. It's looking good though. So score to beat for Jay, 40,169. This user was number 10, 40,674. And then we just got up to 40,018. So that's with plus 200 no mem and fans at 100% of course with the shunt mod. The shunt mod's pretty big here. I don't know if I doubt Jay did one, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if he's got the cojones.
He would do it. He would do it.
I don't know.
He would do it, and then we would really be on for the races. I think that would kickstart the Rip GN Rip J series once more.
I think so. I think you need to get it back.
Yeah,
get it going.
That was always fun.
All right, we're gonna jump up mem a little bit.
Profit just sent 10 more Canadian dollars, and so this is about 6 USD. I look forward to the next video down. That wasn't the deal. All right.
What's that? The pigtails?
No.
Oh, I agree.
that was not the deal.
Definitely the deal.
We're gonna need to set a much higher price on that. I feel like I'm missing a market opportunity
How
here.
about it?
There's a lot of demand.
If we break the Steel Nomad record, then.
No.
Why not?
I look at this like the NVIDIA situation. There's a lot of demand for this product, and I have monopolized the supply.
So there's a lot of demand for you to be in pigtails? Is
That's
that what
right.
you're saying?
That's right. And I'm the only supplier, right? Just like NVIDIA. Start controlling the market.
So does that mean you want to scalp, I guess?
Yeah. I don't know if we want to use that word in this situation. That is not the right word to use for this. Hair-related topics, maybe.
So in other words, the budget goes up. So you're gonna have to do like $7 versus $6.
Okay.
Maybe
That is a
Well,
significant
actually,
increase.
it was 5, I think.
You're coming down?
Well, no, I'm saying from 5.
Okay.
We went to 7.
We're
Well,
going to
you
7
said
from 5.
6, 7.
Okay.
Heck, I'd even throw maybe another one in there. We'll do 8.
Well, if we're going 5 to 7, that's a 40% increase, Joe. It's looking pretty good for me right now.
See, there's the 6.
No. We are not.
Nope.
Message sent in from first name A, period. We don't need to read the last name on this one. The alleged last name.
The alleged?
Yeah.
Dude.
No, we're not. This is not a thing. This isn't happening. Why don't you go overclock your little GPU?
I am right now. I'm just waiting for system info. Yeah. Let's see. So we're decent. So the frames per second are up pretty much a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes with memory, it can be a little bit interesting.
Let's see. What are we seeing for FPS? 164, 160, 168.
167.
It's cool. This is maybe a useful one for you, Joe. So TrailMix TV says, edit the config files from Afterburner or GPU Tweak 3 to change the RAM OC higher than 2000.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but I didn't see any configuration where I can do it. Like
The config files, though? Did you look at the files?
I was looking at it. I tried at least with Afterburner. Afterburner didn't. Anytime I tried to set anything, it didn't allow.
Is there a way to? I know Twitch.
I knew
has
there
this.
was a way that I used to do it like a while ago,
Ooh.
but I don't think it works. But
There's a way to see people who's like their history of chat messages now. That's awesome. Okay, so I pulled up TrailMix TV's chat history. Look at this. We're
show me which file.
we're very
it is,
professional
or
here.
which config file it is.
Yeah, if you send more info, I've got your messages pulled up, so we'll be able to see it in all the other chats. 15758.
Yeah.
You gained 2 points.
2 points.
What was that from? What did you do?
Mem plus. What was mem?
It better be plus
It's
10.
not. No, it's not much. It's plus 250.
Oh, okay.
Plus 250 on mem.
It's a little inefficient there on the score.
Yeah, and I think that's a gearing thing. So depending on like which gear we hit, like you know how like your granny gear, you put it in like 5th or 6th, and it's when you try to floor it, it doesn't go anywhere. That's kind of where we're at right
Okay, sure.
now. Yeah, just like them big guys. All right, so we're at plus 250. Let's see what it. I think it's going to actually probably help more in the Port Royal. Port Royal tends to like GPU memory quite a bit. I know everybody. I know that config file, but which config file?
Yeah. Might send another one. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure how this interface works either.
No, because I was. I was looking at modifying the config file yesterday, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to set higher. I tried it. I probably wasted too much time going through a bunch of different utilities because even if I had it in other utilities where I could bench higher with the memory, the score ended up going down lower every single time. So I don't know if they're setting like, how like sometimes depending on how they display the memory clock, depending on how you're overclocking it, sometimes it can raise higher or lower depending on how the GPU software works. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. Just haven't had enough time.
So long to launch sometimes.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
That's pretty much most of my time yesterday was that.
Well, that's what you were a long time ago. You told me you used to like stand there and lift LN2 doers while you were waiting for it. Those aren't light either when they're filled with LN2.
No. Pretty easy.
Although with how much you put on the floor, they probably get pretty light.
What are you saying? You mean you put on the floor?
No.
'Cause I remember last time
I don't
didn't
mean
put any
I put on the floor. I didn't say that.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think we can make some use of LN2 today. It might be in a different method, though.
What are you talking about?
Talking about some intake.
Intake?
Talking about some get the ambient temperature lower.
I think so. I think that might work.
It doesn't count as.
But I think wait till we get there, though.
Okay.
I mean, we are chicken clocking now, so we got a little bit to go. But let's see. I have a feeling like so. If we were on water, I think we could get higher pretty easily. One of the big downfalls here is that we're still on air, so bringing below ambient is kind of much more difficult under air than it is underwater.
Yeah.
So
right.
I think that's probably what most of the scores that are on there is either like chilled water or water.
Achilles run. You know,
I think you're gonna have to do it now.
no. We're not. Sent it $100.
I love your
I should
fan.
like refund that. Is there a way to? There's not.
Oh, I
I
thought
don't know.
there
I don't
was.
think there's a way to. I don't know how. Achilles Run said I got $100 on pigtails. No, you guys are being weird.
I love how it turns into a thing.
Achilles Run.
Next thing you know, it's gonna
Oh,
have
thank you, though.
pigtails in the beard too, right?
Let's see. Have a recommendation. So Alexander sent in $100. Wow, that's too much, but thank you.
Oh, we got Port Royal finished.
Let me read this question first. Yeah, it looks good. One sec though. Have a recommendation for a load balancing PSU. Appreciate the content you produce. What? Yes, I see it.
So
Thank you.
close.
I'll come back to it. Let's do what Joe wants so he stops leaking air like a balloon.
Leaking air like a balloon.
What was that? 40?
4164. 5 points off of Mr. J.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, nice. What was that? Plus 200, plus 250?
Yes. Same, basically the same. Remember what I was saying that memory helps Port Royal more?
Yeah.
You can pretty much
I mean,
tell.
that's a big jump.
Yeah. So
100 plus points is kind of a lot.
I think one of the things that we're going to notice as we go is that we're only going to be able to do a certain amount of memory because of the ambient temps.
Mm-hmm.
It almost looks like this cooler, like the cooler is attached to the GPU, and then it has phase change pads going to each memory module, right? It's almost like when the GPU heats up, it's heating
It's
the
just
memory
thermal
up a little
pads to the memory modules.
bit. Yeah, but those are connected to the same area as the core, isn't it?
Yeah, they ultimately go to the same core.
And what I'm noticing is that I think it kind of affects the memory clock in a way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But like, so if you're underwater, I feel
Yeah.
like you could get a higher memory overclock.
That's
what I'm fighting.
probably true.
So,
Yeah. Load balancing power supply. I don't really pay attention to super high-end power supplies or anything. So, the best I can do, I guess, is for our test benches for modern power supplies. We've been using the Be Quiet Dark Power series, and we've really liked those. Now, yeah, I'm not that informed on power supplies, unfortunately. So, there's definitely good people out there to ask. Eris would probably be the person with the best answer for that.
think so.
Yeah. All right.
Joe, I'm gonna go just tell them what I'm doing real quick because obviously system info's got to run again.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is bump up memory again another 250 and see what it gets us. Maybe it will get us some more on Nomad, or maybe it will get us eat J for lunch. You know.
Well, you only need 5 points.
Yeah, but sometimes you saw like when
I think you
talking,
should. I think you should try to tie them. I think you should run it again. Let's just see if we can. Let's just go for the annoyance, Joe. Go for 4169.
You know, I used to do that all the time. Right?
I know you did.
I used to. So
You should
basically,
do. You should do.
I used to do it to Roman and APAC all the time, where I beat him by like 1 point and post the score. Break a record all the time. That was very enjoyable, to be honest.
I think you should go for 4170.
Let's see. I think running the same Port Royal. We'll give Jay a chance.
Why does
for like
Joe
2
get
minutes.
a cooler hair-related thing than I do? How much for Joe to braid his beard Viking style? That's just like barely
I like
any
it.
different than right now.
I like it.
No, that's like way
I like
cooler.
it. Yeah, it is.
Why does he get the
I didn't bring
cool
my
one?
Viking helmet. I always forget it.
Apparently,
we're
we're
braid.
going to start raising money for you to braid your beard Viking style.
Sounds good to me. But that means you still got to do yours, though.
No. I want a cool one, too.
Okay, what is a cool one that we could...
I don't know.
Do you want Viking style? I'd agree more. We'll do Viking, was it?
I think I would just put less leave-in conditioner, and it would probably be more era appropriate. I don't know that they had...
We're not going caveman action. We're going...
I don't know if Vikings had leave-in conditioner either. I'm not really sure.
Oh, man. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. All right, so we're running Port Royal again. System info pretty much finally finished. Seen some nice frames. I don't know
Yeah.
how it's compared to, though. We'll have to get a little bit later into it more. Because it's the beginning. We're seeing about almost 600 watts right now. 580, 600 there. We just hit 602, 605, 618. Now we're pushing definitely over 600. You can tell right there. We're there.
Oh, nice shot. And just picking up the tripod
Low
again.
500s, now getting up into the 600.
Should I switch to max just to show them?
Yeah.
All right, this is going to show min and max. What does that say, 681 or something?
I don't know.
It's hard to, yeah, it's 681.
Yeah, minimum was 1 or 10.
Something like that, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see these.
So 681, so the significance of that is it's 80 watts higher than what the card was drawing before the shunt mod.
Yes.
But there's room to do more. I wonder if we go to a different shunt value, resistor value.
Possibly.
If there'd be more room.
I don't know. I feel like we're probably going to run out of thermal before that's even possible.
That's definitely true, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
if
just
we
by
get
pre-testing, you can kind of tell, like, when it would fail for me, like, you could tell the GPU temp would just go up 1 degree, and then all of a sudden it was like, So.
Yeah, well, and so people don't know, NVIDIA for several generations now has what they call GPU boost. Yeah. It's got different versions, and GPU boost it's not, so they don't technically call it throttling. Like what they call throttling, as in a hard throttle, happens at I think 84 degrees Celsius, where really you start dropping clocks. Otherwise, you just get stepping of the clocks, so.
How close are you going to think? We're going to get J-score? I just ran it again, basically.
Yeah, well, you changed it a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. I think I just ran it the same.
J is 40,169. Wow.
We went back.
Once again.
Well, I mean, it's within reason of an error run. I'm just saying. Just saying. So I'll have to close it out and then rerun
It's within reason, but you keep setting me up for high expectations.
You told me to get the same score, not beat the
And then you increased the clocks.
I didn't increase the clock. I did, and then I put it back.
Okay.
Like I said, it's hard to find decent people these days. Kill it.
You're in control of the bench. You only have yourself to blame. Yeah, what do you say about that?
You own it.
Huh?
Not mine.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't even know how to respond to that.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
You own it.
You own it.
You're in control of it. Yeah, but it's yours.
It's yours.
Okay.
I'm controlling yours. I don't even know what it. Let's go
Could you
down there
imagine
real quick.
having a mechanic work on your car, and they screw it up, and you're like, what did you do to my car? They're like, it's your car. I know.
I know, it really was a bad analogy. So about these brakes.
Yeah.
It's a distraction. All right, I'm just going up higher in memory.
We got another.
We're gonna get Jay.
Well,
hopefully we'll get Jay.
Hang on. We got another chat. For the 3000 megahertz mem, is it possible to just manually edit and save mem clock boost in the config file in program
then set
files?
it as a profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I do that, it just reverts back.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what I tried. I used to do that in like the older generations, but for some reason, I don't know if it's a particular BIOS that's on here, it does not like it.
Okay.
What's weird is if I use another utility, I can have it higher, but then even when I do it higher, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know if it's ASUS locking it down for some reason, or just how they designed that particular BIOS, but yes, very frustrating.
I like the literal old married couple with the bickering. Someone else said, never going to get your tots now.
Sure about that?
So, recap of the scoring for anyone who's just joined. Actually, I'm going to write those two like target number ranks up there. So, what do we have? 15.
Do we have to go over this now? Can we go after we beat Jay? I'll feel better.
It's not doing anything.
It's running. I have to wait for system info to take a half hour to kick off a run.
15882. So that was number 5.
We should call this stream running sysinfo.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Running sysinfo until it burns or we get a record.
Yeah, trying L2 is going to be interesting, to be honest.
So number.
No, there's a good reason
5.
why system info is running, by the way.
Yeah. And then the other one was what, number 10, I think?
Yeah, the 4674 should be 10. And then J is what, 49? I don't remember what he was.
24, I think.
Was it 24? I thought it was farther than that. Just saying.
24. He was 21 yesterday.
Yeah, oh, that's what it was. It was.
Uh-oh. There it goes.
All right, what are we now? So we're
So is that your best score?
close to
4164.
top 5. I think we're in.
Well, so in Port Royal, you are 26. Lucky Noob is 4168. So you're 4164.
Okay, right behind Lucky.
And then
Hey, Luck. What's up, buddy?
Steel Nomad 15882. 15882. Wow, that's really good. Oh no, that's the target. Sorry, 15758. 15758 is number 8.
So what are we now?
You're number 8 for Port Royal.
I'm number 8.
Never heard anyone
Said nobody.
say that before. Yeah.
No, we'll take care of that in a little bit. We'll see.
Let's do a quick connector thermal shot just while it's at the end of this benchmark. It's
Yeah,
just
18,000, about almost 18,000. So you get about 2,000 frames left.
degrees.
Hmm? Frames. Frames.
So I'm adjusting
this could be
the
it.
focus on this.
Oh, this could be it.
Card's running pretty cool. So back of the GPUs in the 40s, I guess. The actual GPU core temperature is probably about 64 or 62.
I still didn't do it. We're going down.
Regression, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably because I need to shut it down.
Yeah, I think do a reboot.
Yeah. We're regressing a little bit, so it'll be nice because then you don't hear the fans for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was probably the most painful part of playing with this card is, listening to that.
Yeah, so as we've, oh my God.
I know,
this-
right? It makes a huge
this,
difference.
Like, this is, yeah. So in the beginning of this, we explained how the fan on the back of this ASUS card, it sprays like really wide.
Yeah.
And so a lot of
Like
air is hitting the
all right here?
connector. Yeah. A lot of air on the connector, which is definitely benefiting it. What's the ambient temperature of the room? I don't know, like 20? Something like that? I mean, I guess we can see it on the thermal camera more or less. Oh yeah, right here. It's in Fahrenheit, 66. I don't know, what is that in real numbers, 19 or something? All right, wow, that is so much quieter.
Right?
Yeah, I think I feel like the whole vibe changed.
I know, right? Like so quiet.
We just exited
All right.
try hard mode and entered chill mode.
Yeah, one of these days when system info finishes, I'll turn it back on.
Right. Yeah.
And I joke around about system info. It's actually very much needed. It helps combat anybody who's trying to cheat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people ruin it for the rest of us. So we gotta.
Yeah, it's to validate scores.
Exactly.
People are saying those fans remind me of a 1U server. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, at least you can control it on those. When you boot up a 1U server, man, those things are it's a rocket ship taking off. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they're
very
worse
high pitched.
live. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go back up there again.
All right. Someone says, "Wow, hating on freedom units."
Hey, no what?
Because I said I don't know what 66 is in real units.
Oh, real unit.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna bump up memory a little bit more. Quit chicken clocking so much.
I've been following Gamers Nexus since August or so. Well, welcome to the channel. Is there relevant work or research on harmonic resonance? The closest thing I have for you, we have a great interview with Noctua's Jacob Dellinger about beat frequency. So if you're talking about noise and acoustics, really cool interview with him. And if you're not, really cool interview with him. So that's the closest thing I got for you. We already did that chat. All right. John earlier said, I'm terrified his beard is going to go into that fan blade.
I know, I'm terrified of it too. It's almost happened a couple times.
That would be that would be violent, I think. That would be very painful.
No, I don't think so.
Depends how caught up it gets. Oh, yeah.
A strong neck.
I wasn't worried
The
about
card's
your
probably
neck.
going to climb up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let's see. We
It is
answered the Shunt
paranoid though,
mods
especially
already.
working like power tools and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll do this though. Yeah, I don't know if you have your like little secrets.
I've never seen that.
Beard? No beard.
It's like a hair tie, but for your beard.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Works wonderfully.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. even better if you don't have object permanence.
We don't have what?
Object permanence. Go Shadow. My extreme cooling in Alaska was putting a computer outside when it was minus 60. I mean,
It's a good way to do it.
yeah, that would definitely do it.
Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury. Not sure if it call it a luxury.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on for
Yeah.
overclocking.
For overclocking, it'd be a luxury.
It's like
for
free
sure.
cooling, basically.
Yeah, because I'm usually in Florida, so it's like I have to like do like everything, and it's
Well, you
rough.
got humidity to worry about with your with condensation.
Yeah, when I was first learning liquid nitrogen 2 decades ago, basically,
Yeah.
it was painful to say the least.
Is that
Humidity
when
in liquid nitrogen does not work.
we get your story carrying the doer up the 3 flights of stairs?
Used to do that all the time. I would
Yeah.
take 3 30-liter doers.
Doers.
Walk up 3 flights
That's a
of
very
stairs.
high volume. 15719.
We regress?
You gotta
We're regressing.
fix this regression.
Yeah, well, I think we're gonna have to bump. I'm not really overclocking the GPU.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed with Steel Nomad is that you give it more core. More core is more happy.
Let's do it.
For that one.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna run Port Royal first though, because time to take Jay out.
What's the setting?
Plus 1,000 on mem, 200 core.
Okay, so you've gone up a
Doubled
lot.
on them.
Yeah, you went up a lot.
I don't know. The gearing seems to be a little weird though. I think we were at plus 500 last time, and it ran lower. So
I'm slightly tempted to
Take this?
to DDU the driver and reinstall it just because.
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, because like when we set this up, I set up for quick testing. I never actually
Yeah,
did
it's
a
kind
full
of
proper setup. Actually,
yeah.
no, I did do a DDU, but there's we can still do some improvement though.
Well, let's see how much clock's going.
Yeah.
First.
Let's see. What do we got for super chats? So, Draxel Gaming said Steve's hair with Joe's beard would be an overpowered Dragon Ball Z fusion. I got these already.
Turbo putty.
Yeah, Snark said you should get some high-end thermal putty for VRAM and put on the VRM.
I think the problem with that is I almost feel like if you break the connection between the cooler and RAM, it actually might help more.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Because I feel like
the
the
GPU would
cooler
have-
is heating the memory up.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, the,
Yeah, I mean, it's a
the
theory.
GPU is increasing the relative temperature of
Yes.
the cooler, which
Yes.
is.
Which then is in turn.
It just depends which components, which one's more heat sensitive.
Yeah.
I didn't finish explaining GPU boost earlier, but the short version is that for every, I don't know what it is these days, but it's typically about 5 degrees, you'll see a frequency, like a clock bump. And so you can get basically free clocks by driving the temperature down, which water cooling does. And some of these top scores are water cooled, which is where they're getting the extra clocks that we don't have.
Yeah, you can tell just by the temperatures that it perceives. Usually if it's so we're in like the 50s now because we're not really, air, you're limited on how far you can go. But on the water cooling guys, you see like anywhere in the 30s. That used to be pretty much all the other benchmarks back from older cards and stuff.
Right.
Would be more in the 30s. You could tell it's kind of on water. So I would say the top results are in water right now. Probably not moderate at all. So.
Yeah, I think if we drop it a couple degrees with the creative liquid nitrogen use,
I think it would work well.
I think that would actually bump it a bit.
Yeah, because I feel
I'd really like to get ahead of Jay's score though without doing that. That way he can't say we use liquid nitrogen.
we still have more in here.
Chat can let me know. I haven't watched all of his videos yet on the 5090s. Did Jay already do his air conditioning thing where he vents it to the card directly? Let me know in chat, because if he didn't, then that means he's got some room to boost his
You should
score.
still have room. That might be it.
Andrew's learned the benchmarks. He starts turning the camera. Wow. All right. 42 on 4. That is, as we say, a rip J.
Yes.
And now Jay
Your turn.
If you have the time for you, your turn for a RIP GN.
Yeah, but we're not done yet.
This stuff's so time intensive, though. I wouldn't blame him if he doesn't get to it for a bit. Especially because
hopefully
these cards
he'll probably join. I'll probably go.
I hope so. It's always fun to go back and forth with him on these. So tough for us to both find the time at the same interval. But
Isn't that true? All right.
So 4214. What were your settings?
Plus 1,000 and then plus 200. I want to say.
Plus 200 core, plus 1,000 mem.
Yeah, I think by how it was, you know, it almost seems like the second run on a. The second one, like if you run it once and you run it again.
I was going to say you're doing that Overclocker superstition stuff now.
It's not a superstition.
It's not a superstition if it's true.
Exactly. Yeah, so plus
just
1,000.
like the ghost that lives in the video card.
That's right. Better be nice.
I know.
They'll come after you.
I know. That's why we're doing the overclocking, is to keep it happy.
To appease them. All right, I bumped up 25 on the core. And we're gonna go with Steel.
That's a great score, though.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. The memory on these seems a little bit weird setting them. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's maybe a power issue or something. I don't know.
Someone says he did it on an AIO. Oh, did he really? Oh,
well, that's still water,
the,
though.
Liquid cooled one.
Yeah.
He used an AC with a box around it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's just as good usually.
Don't invoke the wrath of Jay, someone says. Oh, we're invoking it. It has been invoked.
It's already invoked. It's already out there.
That's right.
You're already done. It's no going back. Still waiting for system info.
He's been doing good work lately on his. He's really picked up on the reviews effort. That's cool. 4214.
I need to start doing them one of these days.
What, reviews?
Yeah, just on like certain specific things I have.
Jay put a lot of. We flew out there and helped him. We haven't put a video up yet, but he really has been putting effort in on his reviews. It's pretty cool to see. So 4214.
What place is that?
That is a good question. That is
Maybe put the number next to it.
Yeah, we could do that. So that's gonna be 23rd. That's literally one rank ahead of Jay.
No,
23. Cool. Steel Nomad.
Steel Nomad.
Your last score had you at what, 8? I think 8. Yeah.
Usually, Steel Nomad responds a little bit more to the GPU cores, so the MEM didn't seem to do too much there.
Yeah.
As you can see, like when we ran a couple, didn't really do much. This one, I'm trying to gauge it. I wasn't watching the whole time.
Let's see.
So we're about to finish right now, and let's see. 15,905. So that's a nice score.
Okay, 15,905. Where's that put you now? So.
Ooh, almost 16K.
Wow, that's a big jump.
How big of a jump is that?
That just moved you from 8th to 5th.
Yeah,
wow,
buddy.
15,905. So, all right. So.
Ooh, this might be doable.
Okay. So you've beaten your 2 initial targets. What were your settings?
Plus 1,000 and 225.
Was your last one 225 on this?
No. I just bumped it up now.
Okay. I'll do for anyone who's just joining, I'll do like a recap in a little bit of
all the different scores.
Yeah, and some of the settings that we're doing too. And this is fairly relatable compared to what we normally do. Normally we're using liquid nitrogen. But this is stuff you can do at home. The Shunt mod is a little more advanced, but everything else Joe is doing is all the software is exactly how you do it.
Yeah, and it's kind of difficult right now, to be honest, with the software. Software is kind of all over the place, to be honest. For this gen, it seems a little weird.
Well, you tried several, right?
I did several, and then just had a bunch of weird issues. Like, some would limit me on mem, some would limit how much mem, and then even if I set mem, it didn't seem like it scored even remotely close to with lower mem on the other one. So it was, I don't know. Really, what I would end up doing if we were to be serious benching completely, I would end up spending a little bit more time dialing in which program, work around some of the hacks like they were saying with MSI Afterburner. I tried that. but it didn't help, you know. So.
Yeah, I don't know if we did it exactly the way they're talking about. I'm not sure.
No, basically what you can do is you set a profile, and then it goes into a config file.
And
then the config file, you change it to the value, and you used to be able to do it.
And then load the config.
Yeah, basically you hit like 1 or 2, whatever you saved it as, and then it's supposed to pop up. But every time that I did that,
and you tried that yesterday?
I tried today too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was trying to do it. I think I might not have done it in GPU tweak, but GPU tweak was with the core.
Yeah.
So I had problems with the CPU core.
So what's the shunt mod? I've explained that a few times. I'll do it again just really quickly.
Yeah.
I know people, join
nice
late,
wattage.
leave early, stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shunt mod again, just really quickly. Sorry if this is a repeat for anyone, but there are shunt resistors. We'll just show those again on a board. This is just the closest dismantled board I have. This is not a typical one, but it does have. Where the hell are they? Oh, there they are. Yeah. It does have shunt resistors on them right there.
Usually
So
you can tell where they're closer to the power connector.
Yeah.
Because it's basically regulating, it's sensing basically what power is in it.
And the power for this board actually comes in right here through those two things. So yeah, the shunt resistors, they are part of the power monitoring circuit. They regulate how much power goes into the card, and so you can change the resistance of those two shunt resistors in the circuit by piggyback modding them. You solder more on top of them. There's a limit. You can't drop too much.
Yeah, that used to be the problem. Well, back before like the 1080s and stuff, we used to actually just literally remove it and then put like a little copper plate.
Yeah.
Now, well, ever since 1080, when we did that, it would just go into like a failsafe, or what do we call fun protection?
Yeah.
Or fun anti-fun protection or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a fun prevention mechanism.
So basically what we ended up doing is figuring out if we don't go full on the resistance and go with just a lower than what they have, you can fool it and trick it into, perceiving that it thinks it's lower than it really is, so you can really push it.
Wow.
That was good.
Wow, that's a good score.
Yeah, another 60 something.
Is that at 225?
225, yeah.
4280, right?
Yep, 4280.
So plus
1,000?
225.
Oh, yeah.
1,000 still?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep that for a bit.
Yeah, so basically we're tricking the card into pulling more power. Now, it's not doing that much more. The most we've seen is like 80-something watts extra.
Yeah, so it hasn't been too bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, these are all, like on water, I think it would actually behave way
well, and ideally we'd draw more power, but
yeah.
I think there's two limits here. One is we just kind of chose a shunt value, 8 milliohm. So
yeah, I thought we were in a safe enough range, because even if we were on 5s, we'd been like between like 1.5 and 1.6.
We didn't want to do it twice either.
Yeah, we figured that was probably a good safe value.
Yeah.
So there's different values you could probably try, but we just didn't have enough time to do it.
So 48,280 puts you at. There's actually another J on the Hall of Fame. So you've beaten two J's today, Joe. I don't know. We've got JayzTwoCents.
Is there a third J?
I don't know. I'd have to look up the scoreboard. You have JayzTwoCents was 24th, and then J_G25 from the UK. It looks like.
Nice.
Yeah, 40,266. And this J_G25 was 14 on a 14900 KS. So different setup.
Well, I'm going to bump memory up just from 1,000 to 2,000, because that's pretty much like the hard limit we have, and then from there we'll start pushing up the core.
Yeah.
So, but let's see what the more memory will help as far as Port Royal, and then Steel Nomad. I wish it helped system info a little bit though.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
I mean,
much.
if you could overclock system info, that'd be great. Let's see. Actually, I'll do a couple of the store orders. So we had one a little while ago from Gino in the U.S. ordered a medium mod map. Thank you, Gino.
Gotta love the mod maps.
Thank you. Today I give you a solder mat, right?
Yeah. I just
cool.
haven't used it.
Yeah, this is our solder mat.
We used it yesterday.
That's true. Yeah, we did use it to solder yesterday. So this is the red one, obviously, but these are really nice. This is actually my favorite thing we have right now next to the dice. Favorite sort of functional like computer product.
Yeah, it's really nice even taking apart GPUs and stuff because like you usually when you're like taking screws and like you try to place them in an area, but they might you might accidentally hit them and they go over. Like you have little compartments on here, which makes it really nice.
Yeah, we have red, green, blue, and yellow. I don't know how many we have left of the not blue ones. We did kind of a trial of those. They've been really popular though. That's the yellow. Red's obviously on the table. The green is actually the most popular. I don't have any here. It was too popular. Someone here wanted it.
Too popular.
Yeah, someone here wanted it.
All right, what are we
doing? If you want to support our streams and our efforts here, we appreciate it.
Always appreciated.
Joe's up here for several days working on this with me, so you can use code ABOUTFKNTIME on the store for 10% off anything while it's active. That is Fan Kinetic
Nacho Tots.
Nacho Tots was the last iteration of the N for, we had
it's
now,
a Nacho Dash Tots.
That's
so
right. Yeah, right. It's hyphenated.
Hyphenated.
Yeah, it's.
Well, let's see. Let's see. We got a score coming up.
Otherwise, there'd have to be a T in there too.
Exactly.
Yeah, can't have that.
Yeah,
that's too many letters.
That's why we forgot.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? Is that lower?
15917 is higher.
No, a little bit higher.
A little higher.
So about 12 points. Oh, that's right. We only did MEM. So yeah. So that makes sense. Steel Nomad is a little bit like.
Is it less memory sensitive?
It's less memory sensitive, what I'm finding, than it is core. So like, if you want to get more in the Steel Nomad, you need more GPU bits.
So you're still number 5. So number 4, your next one to beat is 15,932. Detox-2 is the user.
All right, and then we're going to run Port Royal. I think we'll see a little bit more in Port Royal.
If you all want to follow along on the high scoreboard, so the website is 3dmark.com. They make the software. We're not sponsored or anything. We like to benchmark.
Yep.
You click Hall of Fame at the top, so 3dmark.com, Hall of Fame, and then there's like a million options. The one you would click on is Steel Nomad DX12 or Port Royal.
Yep.
Those are the two we're running.
Those are the two benches we're running right now.
I like the 3D Mark tests. It's for anyone who just wants to. The reason it's nice for dialing in an overclock, even if you're not competitively doing it, you just want like a daily OC. Reason it's nice is because it's
Samples.
super repeatable. Yeah.
There's a great example. You can see if your system's running how it's supposed to be. You know? It's a good thing. Like if you just set up a system and you see like you're scoring really low, that means you have a problem that you might need to fix something. So like you should be in a range to do it. And you get your system running tip-top shape. You know? It's one of the reasons why I like it. And they're always on the nice graphical side too. They do some nice. I mean, you can see with Steel Nomad, it looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I really like the Steel Nomad.
Yeah, I think it's kind of becoming my new favorite.
I was telling Andrew, I was like, Andrew, I need you to turn Steel Nomad into an actual game.
Right.
The setting's too cool.
It is, and it's kind of like you want more after it finishes. You're like, what happened next? You know?
That's
like,
what Andrew said when you saw the benchmark run the first time. Andrew was like, what? It stops there?
I know, like because you're like, you
Does
feel
he
like
win?
Cliffhanger, you know?
We should email them and
happened?
ask. They're going to be like, we didn't think that far.
We'll have to talk to Posse, see what he's saying over there.
Yeah. Let's see. How about a duct from outside right to the intake? I mean, yeah, it would help.
I would throw AC in there.
Someone's asking for a hotspot
Sub-ambient
temperature.
is usually better.
Yeah, NVIDIA disabled hotspot temperature for this, so there's on.
Well, you got that hotspot temperature.
Yeah.
It might not be bad to go look at it right now.
Yeah, let's check in again.
Because we still have a lot of frames left, so.
Okay.
So it's going to be.
So card's running really cool. I mean, we have the fans at 100%, and the hottest on here is like in the 40s. Now, the front side, the actual GPU silicon is, I don't know.
Probably in the 50s.
50s or 60s, maybe.
Well, no, like I found like many like low 50s.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not that long of a test, which helps. Let's just adjust the focus here, go a little bit farther out. Maybe more interesting for people is the tool we're using. So this is a Fluke RSE 600. If you're not familiar with thermal cameras, even the highest end ones are the really low resolution thermal cameras. So that camera when it was new, which we didn't buy it new, I bought it used on eBay for a pretty good price, but
it's the only way to buy them because otherwise it's like an arm and a leg.
I mean, yeah, it really is.
They are very expensive. They're great great tools, but just super expensive.
Yeah, so if you bought that new, originally I think it was like a $20,000 camera.
Yeah.
It's like insane.
All right, this should be better.
But there's a lot of them on
Royal,
eBay.
baby.
That are,
Oh,
wow, that's a great score.
Yeah, that's a much better score.
Wow.
45.35.
You're almost to your number 10 target,
There we go,
46.74.
getting close. That's much better than I thought we would do in Port Royal, to be honest.
What is it, 40?
45.35.
Let's see, that might have moved you on the ranks.
Yeah, I think that went up. That changed the rank pretty quick. I think. I don't know. I keep always sticking to the other one.
40.
Oh, yeah. 535.
535 puts you at 14th, displacing Joker 1285.
So we moved up about 10 spots just in that one run.
Your next one up would be 4579. So
45. I mean 40.
40,579.
Oh, 579. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start pushing that core a little bit because we're kind of maxed out on the mem. That's one of, like we were talking about before, we had one of those issues.
What
So-
clocks did you have for that? I didn't write them down.
225 plus 2,000 mem.
2,000?
Yeah.
Is that max on
That's
that?
just that's the max in that particular slider on MSI Afterburner.
You have any room left in core?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We still got a little bit.
That's good.
So
Because
we're at
you're not
225?
quite to your objective today. So.
No, not yet. We'll get there. Let's see. All right. Bump it up to 225. Set it. Do
Someone says, so are we watching? Maybe this is a reference to the thermal camera. Are we watching money burn, basically? No, I mean, if you're talking about the camera, you're watching the thing that burned the money watching the electricity burn, I guess.
I think he's pulling in on me.
Let's see. Yeah, people are talking about throwing VR at the connector. Yep. Where did you buy the connector? So if you're talking about the wire view, that is a Thermal Grizzly connector over here. So this is one that Roman makes with Elmore. They work together. You know Elmore.
Yeah.
Elmore makes, really good stuff. Elmore Labs, if anyone wants to check out his stuff. We happy to support him. He makes really, really cool gear.
Definitely cool OC gear.
Yeah. Super easy to use most of it too.
Can you really beat 43372?
I don't think we
No,
can with
not
that
on there.
LN2.
No,
Yeah,
you need LN2 for that,
yeah.
and then Port Royal.
I don't see Gamers Access on the leaderboard. We're not uploading scores.
We haven't
right now.
uploaded.
We'll probably put it on his account.
Yeah, I'll upload them after.
Stepanzi, is that right? Is that
I
right
think
now?
I have it under Bearded Hardware.
Bearded Hardware now.
Yeah.
Jason, $10, thank you. Says, can you add a GN hat to the store? We had them for a while. I should probably add one again. Yeah, someone's asking for a beanie. We have had requests for beanies for years. Should probably, I don't know, Andrew, if you have any design ideas. You want to draw it on the board and we can just get the audience approval right away. How about this one? No, okay. How about this one? I'll talk to Andrew about a potential beanie.
So 15,917. This could be close to 16,000.
I didn't write down your clocks for that. Was it the same as a plus 2,000 again?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not a big move for that.
Well, I don't know if it's 220. Yeah, it might be 220. No. It was the same, but with 2,000. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I didn't see what it finished. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Told you.
Wow, where did that
16,000.
come from?
Yeah.
What the hell? What'd you do for clocks?
I bumped it up another 25.
That's it?
Yeah.
You have that many points for that?
Yeah.
16,000.
That's what I'm saying. What I've
Wow.
noticed is Steel Nomad. Actually, these were plus 200.
Okay.
Now it's plus 225. Plus.
You think this was plus 200?
Yeah. I think these are plus 200.
Okay, well, someone in chat can correct us if
Yeah.
we're wrong. It doesn't matter too much. It's just a recap thing. But
Yeah. But 1685 is
so
pretty sweet.
what are the
So-
clocks for that?
225 and then 2000.
Oops. Oh, it's only 225, so you maybe have some more room in there.
Yeah. I don't know. It tends to be. We start hitting. I think we're going to end up starting running into thermal problems.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
where the GPU gets too hot, and I think it's also heating up MEM too. So let's see. I don't know. But that one looks nice. So let's go and run Port Royal next.
Is it less than 100 points to first place?
Let's see. I think
Getting
you're right,
close.
Andrew. So
I think that the next one's gonna be pretty hard.
16,085 puts you in second. Wow.
I'm number 2.
That's not the best.
Did it beat the second one? Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
second
thinking that
place.
one was higher. I thought that was 16-1. Nice. All right, so we're number 2.
That's great. Oh, that's really good. So first place, SH 1988 is 16,161. Someone asked really what CPU we're on. We're on 9800X3 at 5.4 gigahertz all core.
Yep.
Which was my contribution to this. You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome for the most stable platform you've ever used.
No.
Okay.
No.
Pretty stable.
I could have been if I set it up, it would have been more stable.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had 0 crashes. So yours would be like infinity stable.
Yeah, it'd be going negative.
Oh, okay.
Or
Oh, yeah. That sounds worse.
yeah. I'm like, I'm trying to. Yeah.
I like really set you up with the
I
infinity.
know. I was.
And you were like, let me just go like the opposite direction of infinity.
Well, I was thinking is because you said lots of issues. I'm thinking like lots of no issues, and yeah, it went down.
So we're double negative.
All right, we have these scores, right?
Yes. We have scores.
We're beating scores. That's all that matters.
Number go up.
Yes.
That is the
Very
objective.
simple.
Yeah.
Number added. Basic edition.
Why aren't scores being uploaded? Because we're benching.
Oh
The
yeah.
uploads happen later. There's no internet connected to this.
We don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things is that we have system info that's verifying that whether our score is legit or not. We didn't do anything crazy to the setup. There's no magic in there really.
The big thing is just that uploading the scores during a stream is a very slow process to add. So
I mean, it's bad enough we have to run system info.
there's also
So like it would add a lot of time to it.
we'll do that at the end. All right. Let's see what I was doing some of the store shout outs. We had one from Nick in the US, ordered a project and soldering mat in blue. Thank you, Nick, for ordering that.
You're gonna love it.
Let's do a couple others really quick. So Jeff, also in the US, ordered an Oxidation Disappointment Tour t-shirt. Thank you.
Cool shirt.
I gotta get you one still.
So deprived over here.
We have an order from Sihan from
All right, I think we got another
US.
run going.
Nice.
So about to end. We're about 19.4, 19.6, 19.7, 19.8, 20. That's going to be a bigger score.
Let's see it.
To probably 4.7.
Don't set me up for disappointment here.
47. Nope. Around the just a little bit lower.
You know,
It happens. It happens.
when you said it was going to be a bigger score, I thought
Well, I forgot like that we already built
you
it.
forgot that.
It's like 2 off. 2.
It's pretty objective.
Negative.
Yeah.
Minus 2.
We're back to your negative.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna go up.
Let me do like 2 more of these really
We're gonna
quick.
do 250.
250.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna bet 250 on that.
All right, I won't bother writing that
Yeah,
one
I
down.
wouldn't even bother.
Yeah. Cole in the U.S. also ordered the Snowflake dice and the oxidation shirt. Thank you for that. Actually ordered the signed Snowflake dice. I have to go over to the warehouse soon and do more of those. And then let's do one more. Charles in the U.S. ordered a GN15 commemorative pint glass with the 3D emblem on it.
Those are cool.
And thank you. And the magnet pack. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. This code is about FKN time. 10% off.
What does it stand for?
Fan Kinetic. We need another
Nacho Tots.
Nacho Tots. We'll keep that, I guess, until we need more. We need a
K.
We need some more iterations.
Yeah.
What if we switched it up? What if we change out the
Killer.
like Killer Network? They weren't that good.
Killer Nacho Tots.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. What about if the F becomes Flaming? Flaming Killer Nacho Tots. That's right. So now
Flaming
if I pronounce
Killer. Oh, dude, I kind of like that one.
if I pronounce the FKN now on YouTube, it's just an acronym. That means that. That's all it means.
Just acronym.
the place we'll probably go later might also have nachos. You could do.
Nacho
you
tots.
could actually.
Take 2.
We could do.
Mix them both and just go like that.
Do your bacon cheese tots and the nachos, and
Andrew
don't
loves
know.
nachos too.
I don't know. Maybe we should do it.
I think we should do it. Well, how about this? If we break that number 1, we'll do it.
Which number 1? Steel
Well,
Nomad.
we can't
It's
do
gotta be
port.
Steel Nomad.
Yeah, there's no way we could do port royal
No.
without having liquid nitrogen.
It's got to be Steel Nomad.
It's possible on liquid nitrogen, I think. We haven't. I mean, this isn't like some card that we binned and like made
Yeah.
sure that it's better than like 10 cards or anything like that. So
well, because 10 cards don't exist.
yeah.
so.
Well, I don't know. There's definitely 10 cards out there, but I don't
Yeah.
think anybody else has 10
There's
cards.
95 review cards as far as we counted, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, there
most
was
of
like
the supply.
100. There's 100 runs on there, right?
Yeah.
The top 100.
Yeah, no,
there's a top.
there's 150 90s on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
That is true.
This might be interesting. Where were we going to leave off on this? 1685?
Let's see. Oh, someone in chat says, I used to do testing for Killer. That's cool.
What about the nacho tots?
Not sure about that. I'm not sure what kind of testing that would be. That just sounds like way too good of a job.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. The heartburn might kick in after a couple shifts, I guess. Let's see.
Let's see where we're going here. We're going to be having a run complete in a little bit. This might be bigger.
Oh, this is a good question. Wes Bradley sent in a $5 super chat, thank you, and said, which version of WireView Pro works on the Astral? No, normal or reverse? That's a question to ask Thermal Grizzly, but I think this is a reversed one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we regressed.
15992, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's reboot time.
Do you think you can hit one without getting colder? Because I think rank
Yeah.
number 1's on water.
Yeah, I'd like to try to beat it before I do liquid nitrogen and stuff. I think it's close. I think it's doable.
Definitely on water.
To beat the one on air.
Whew, that's so loud.
I know, it changes so much. Like,
It's just like my... I feel
what were
like
we at? Oh, we didn't hit the 100 yet.
16085, I think. So for anyone who doesn't know, on the 3D Mark site, if you click on one of the scores, it'll actually give you a bunch of readouts of the stats.
Yeah, you can go through the details. So usually, like when we're doing something like this, we're gonna check those first and kind of go and compare. You know, see where you need to be, see what's going on, see what other people are doing versus what you want to do, and you can kind of come up with a game plan of like what is good and what is not, because you never know depending on how good your card is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I mean, letting it cool down for a minute's not a bad move either. So, yeah, the number 1 rank here is at 33 degrees for the GPU temperature, and that tells us definitely water, I think. Maybe, I guess could be AC, but sounds like
yeah,
water.
it's either one. I mean, 30 is really in water territory, but with AC on an air cooler, most likely.
Yeah. And that user was on a 13900 KF, which shouldn't matter too much, so. Yeah, haven't done any driver tweaks yet, right? Like in the control panel.
Well, I set one, just set performance versus quality.
Yeah,
I try not to, for these type of benchmarks, you don't usually want to change too much.
yeah.
Because really, that's why the system info runs, is to make sure that you're not doing those.
Well, yeah,
To a
that
point.
stuff didn't used to, and I don't think it does count against you.
No, but sometimes it doesn't do anything either.
yeah,
Like, it
well,
doesn't really
that's-
help you too much.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it does anything these days.
It used to back in the day,
Yeah.
but like for the most like newer benchmarks, it doesn't really usually do too much.
Right.
So, because really, they want you to compare like standard scores throughout. They don't want you doing all these little crazy tweaks. Like on HW Bot, usually it's a little bit different
Right.
depending on like, I don't know, the benchmark, but because you used to be able to do like LOD, level of detail.
I remember that LOD one, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bump up to plus 250.
Can I be frank? Became a member. Thank you. You doing 250?
Yep, let's see.
I think, depending on our energy levels, I'm really tempted
I'm gonna start pushing it more.
to try some LN2 stuff.
well, how about this? After the 250, we'll try like plus 300.
Sure, just see if it crashes.
See what it is.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it will go a little bit more, but I don't know. It seems cooler in here than the other one.
It's definitely a couple degrees cooler.
Yeah, so that actually might give us a little bit more than we.
So I'm gonna start prepping to just get some LN2 in the doer, and we might just kind of use it creatively without
Yeah, I
want to
try that too as well.
Yeah. All right. I gotta move that tube light behind it so we don't. One of the things I've learned is like that. So when the liquid nitrogen goes into the doer, and it like freezes everything around it. So
yeah, you want to make sure that you're.
It's a great way to explode light.
Did I ever tell you I did that to a table one time? I had like a whole thing fall down, and the table had like a plastic. It was like a plastic top.
Yeah.
Dude, all it did was like start cracking. Like the whole table, like pieces of plastic were all breaking. Oh, it was like snap, crackle, pop, like really loud too. It's kind of fun.
All right, you have to do the LN2 explanation soon. That's always fun to do the demos.
I'm trying to see what this is running. Because we regressed a little bit. It might be on the wrong gearing. I don't know if we did plus 250 last time.
It's on the board.
When I rebooted and I don't remember. Because we got that bad run and then I rebooted and I just set plus 250 right away.
All right. I'll let that run finish and then we'll do the demo.
I don't know, it seems a little low, but it might be. Yeah, it's too low.
Too low?
Yeah. Let's do this. I'm going to bump it up. I think it's a... did I do that? Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go up to 275. It almost looks like a gear issue.
So, while you're doing that, Joe, I'm going to do the usual
yeah, go ahead.
Walking through.
We're going to wait for system info anyway.
So a couple things with liquid nitrogen. I don't know if we're going to actually go LN2 pod on the card. That might be, we want to do that. I just don't know if it's going to be a video or on stream.
Yeah, we haven't decided yet.
Depend how we feel in a little bit. But so basically there's a 180 liter tank in the corner with liquid nitrogen in it. And that's hooked up to a transfer hose. So what I'm going to do is just open the valve and start transferring the liquid nitrogen into this dewar. So this is called dewar. I think this is a 30 liter if I remember correctly.
It should be.
Yeah, that makes it a little easier to pour, so I kind of tilt it like that, pour it into a thermos like this one. This was funny to me. Remember that Stanley craze a little while ago?
I know, and it's like I've had these for years. Dude.
Everyone was going crazy for Stanley cups. I was like, do you guys not put liquid nitrogen in them? Like, you know? So that's what we used to pour. Joe gave me years ago some Corsair ones we have around here. They're a little smaller. Those are useful.
Well, they're good for being more like, you know, consistent in temps. If you have to keep it at like minus 160 at like the whole time, you want a little one.
This was from back when I guess they supported OC directly.
Oh yeah.
So
Corsair used to be pretty
cool.
Yeah.
Before they went public. So yeah, we're
This actually might do it.
People always ask about gloves too. I only use them for transfer. We explain this all the time. I guess I won't get into it right now, but let's see if your score posts first.
It's still a little bit.
It's close
got
enough.
Another 400 frames.
I really need to know, like, is he coming up on a wanted board here?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I gathered, and then the guys are coming after him because he's wanted. Because if you notice, not just them, they're gonna because of a reward probably.
I think he's like a bounty hunter or something.
Yeah, it looks like he's a bounty hunter. He's kind of cool. There you go.
Wow.
Getting up there.
Damn.
What was the score? Oh yeah, we still got about 50 points.
You're pretty close.
Close.
I mean, you might.
Close.
I think.
If
you can hit it without.
I think it's doable.
I think if you hit it without LN2, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I think it's doable. We still have, I think, a little bit of clocks in there.
16108, is that what it is?
16108. Yep.
And then what were your clocks?
Let's see. 275, 2000.
Okay, cool.
So it might be a low run, actually. This is where I feel like we're hitting the thermal limit, almost. Where it's kind of like, doesn't know what it's due. That's why I'm thinking, like, let's try a little bit more, and then maybe let's try to do, like, the LN2 Vapor.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the number one user's running 30 degrees cooler than us, 20 or 30, I guess. Which is a big help.
Yeah, really, what's helping us now is the Shunt mod, right?
Yeah.
Because he's gaining it by going colder, right? Your power is going to be lower when you're running colder. So that's how he's able to get up there. But we're fooling that power, but we're running hotter and getting close.
To be fair, we don't know if they're shunt modded also.
It's possible, but I doubt it, though.
I think cold
Like, if
is
they
doing
are,
a
then I
lot.
don't think it would. I think his score would be much higher.
Yeah.
Not to say that his score is bad, but.
So, yeah, I'm going to transfer into here. The only time Joe or I really use gloves is for transferring. So, liquid nitrogen, very cold. If you interact with it the wrong way, it's basically like getting burns. It's the same feeling as a
it's
burn.
kind of like fire.
Yeah.
You know, if you get burnt, your skin boils up, and if you're ever getting burnt by like hot water or something like that, it's the same type of burn.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
Ventilation always comes up too. We're in a very large room. I've got both. There's 2 AC units in this room. I have both of their fans active right now, so we don't have any ventilation concerns at all.
No.
The reason it would be or is a consideration is
because it sucks the oxygen out of the air.
Yeah, it displaces the oxygen, so it's nitrogen, which is in the atmosphere. There's lots of it.
Yep.
70% or something. I don't know, but
yeah, it's not flammable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that comes up a lot.
That
too.
comes up a lot. That's like one of the number one questions. Liquid nitrogen will actually put out a fire.
Yeah. So
sucks out the oxygen, and then
Biso did that. I've
done it before too.
We have a security camera shot from EVGA's OC room.
Oh, because he did it in there.
He lit, dude. He had a MOSFET.
Torched. Oh no.
There was a MOSFET. It shot a flame like this high.
Nice.
And we have that in our EVGA finale video. It's probably one of my favorite videos we've ever made. You should check it out.
Oh, gee, thanks. Just kidding.
All right, fine. I'll give you that one.
I had to.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Biso like ignites a MOSFET, and it's funny watching him on the security camera because he stands there like this for a second, just looks at it, and he just goes.
Yeah, put it out.
Yeah.
That's how you know you've been benching for a while.
Which I think is more just because it suffocates the flame.
Yeah, it sucks the oxygen out.
Yeah.
Flame needs oxygen. You take out the oxygen, it's gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I pretty much laugh every time someone says, "Oh, it's flammable. Something's gonna happen to you."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it really doesn't matter.
Well, I had yeah.
All right, we're about to finish this one. So this is Port Royal. Let's see. So it's over 20,000. Oh, that might be bigger. I don't know though. It's kind of close to that same area. It might be just a couple points higher. Watch higher. But yeah, so 140
That's
points.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's actually really
plus
good.
275, plus 2,000.
Ooh, you're 2 points off from your target, number 10.
Ooh, nice.
46.72. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, I think that one's going to need liquid nitrogen, and then we're probably going to have to hack mem to figure out what's going on there.
Plus 275. And
yeah, same.
Do you want to try this profile thing?
I already tried it.
I don't know. I'm putting that there. No, I know, but do you have any reason to think the user was suggesting something you hadn't tried?
No.
Okay.
No, that's exactly what I tried.
Yeah.
We still, I think, have enough room to play around a little bit more.
You're basically all core now, though, right? Like, there's no more
Yeah, there's
mem.
no. I'm not sure Mem would buy you that much anyway in like this particular one.
Some people are
but-
talking about the offset. So they're talking about if Jay had it on plus 300 or 350. Something you have to understand with these numbers is
That'd be a little bit different though.
well, so that's what I'm going to get
Yeah.
into. It's an offset, so
Oops.
it's not the same like card to card and temp to temp because
No, because there's a lot of different things that evaluate that, right? Like a certain temp, certain power, certain.
and just the GPU itself. the silicon. I mean, so, and I don't know what card he used.
Not two will be the same, really. No
Yeah,
two.
if he used a liquid-cooled version of this card, that would be different as well. So, yeah, an offset is as simple as the name is. It's an offset from some value, and that value is a variable. So, like Joe's saying, temperature and power and everything dictates it. So,
yeah, it's not as simple as it used to be. Like, there's, with all GPU boost, like, there's several different factors that come in there. Since we changed the power factor, then it's going to be really different between them. And then it's also depending on what the manufacturer, the BIOS that they put on there. There's a lot of different stuff.
Right.
You know. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're at plus 300 now. Which I don't know really is what the equivalent of it. I haven't really dug that far into it. I just go by what the score's going. So.
Where are you now for Port Royal?
Top 10? No?
Are you?
Close to the top 10.
You're
11th, I think.
No, 12th. 10th and 11th are tied.
Oh, yeah, by 2 points, yeah.
Yeah, they're tied. So you're 12th there. Steel Nomad, you're number 2, though.
Yeah, I think we can still push that, though.
Yeah.
So Port Royal should get a little bit better, and then this should get a little bit better, too. But it depends. Like, this is the area where I feel like we're getting into some thermal limits. So what's going to happen is that it might run, it might not. It's almost on that edge. If we were down, if the GPU wasn't 50-something degrees and was down to 30 degrees, we would actually get a lot more.
Right.
So that's where, like, if you have water, man, it would be really beneficial.
You hearing that on the mic, Andrew? The boiling and the...
Yeah, so nice.
It's always cool. So, like, you know...
I love that sound.
It is a liquid, but as it, I guess, reaches equilibrium...
It evapes, yeah.
Yeah, with the inner wall of the dewar, it's evaporating.
I think it's a temperature difference, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, 20 degrees Celsius or whatever, 19 versus minus 198 or 6 or whatever it is.
I don't remember what the last one was, but it should be similar.
Minus 196. I always forget if it's 6 or 8.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah, I know you could. You're actually the one who always tells me that because I always forget. 16143. Jeez.
Oh, it's not there
That's
yet.
sick. You gotta hit it before we bring the temp down. If you can beat that score, like 20 or 30 degrees higher, that's impressive.
All right, I'm gonna try doing Steel Nomad with another I'll do plus 325. We'll try that first before we do Port Royal.
Sure. Yeah.
See if we can beat that one.
I think trying to hit number 1 on that's the move.
Yeah. Man, system info takes way too much time. Oh, there he goes. And remember before he was talking about me spilling liquid nitrogen on the floor.
Hey, it didn't spill yet. Spilling was...
Went to the damn floor.
Spilling was not even imminent.
It was.
It kind of was.
It was.
I still need the gloves to take the hose out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see this, Andrew, from there. It's just, I mean, it's always cool to see it just turns to ice. You know, like.
Yeah, but you don't want to grab that with your hand.
No way.
Because you ever see a person stick their tongue on a telephone pole, or not a telephone, a flagpole? Was it like that one movie?
I have.
You stick your tongue to the.
Yeah.
And it freezes to it.
Yeah.
That's what your hand would do. It would literally burn your hand.
It would not be good.
No, it wouldn't be good at all.
So cool.
Highly advised against.
Yeah.
Ooh. Possible. If it keeps going, this might be the run.
I always have the fun of moving this table without putting a hole in the drywall.
So what I'm really looking at is these frames right here. I don't know if you're getting that, Andrew. These we want to see some big spikes to 170. Or over 170. There was one. And that's a good area too. Like high in the 161 is pretty high. You see how it's over 171, we saw 172. And right there, even 160s, it's going to drop to like 140 around here. It's pretty heavy right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's pretty, yeah, see 149. Ah!
Crash.
Yeah.
So close though. It's like.
I don't know if it will still get a score though.
I
doubt it. Yeah, no, it's errored.
Yeah.
So we're going to reboot and then do that one again. But
Just,
that looked like the score, to be
Yeah.
honest. That was the beater. That would have beat it.
Let's see which wire view tell us the max was here.
Oh, you better hurry up.
Max we put.
Oh,
No,
actually, no, it
it'll
should be good.
retain
Yeah,
it, I
because the
think.
power is not really done.
681 is the max we've hit. Wow, man. I'm just reading the dude definitely deadlifts.
Just a little bit.
I'm more of a bike guy now.
I really like biking.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's been it resets me.
Yeah. Biking is.
Weights do it too,
biking's
though. I
good.
do like probably a couple times a week. Though.
I like biking because it's like
It's
forces
just so
you to
fun.
get away from inside.
Yeah, like you get back to nature too, depending
Yeah.
on like where you're riding. Like I tend to really enjoy it.
People might be thinking motorbike, maybe.
Motorbiking? No, yeah, we're talking about that's
No, we're
that's a
talking
good
about
point.
bicycle. Yeah.
Yeah, cycling.
No, I actually I
For
ride
me, mountain
motorcycle
biking,
too, but like I'm talking something.
It
where
is a
I
good point from
physically
Andrew,
exert.
though. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm just saying.
Oh, trust
If
me,
they
I've been
look at you-
stereotyped as a biker for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's a good guess.
It's a good guess
And it's
for
accurate.
sure. Yeah, I ride a motorcycle too. I have
Yeah.
a Ducati.
Yeah, of course you do.
Of course I do. Got a lot of toys.
Let's see. I was just reading. So I run Steel Nomad Light. I don't even know what that one is. I'm guessing it's an easier.
The light one?
Yeah, I guess it's an easier one.
We could after. I got to get this one in though.
Whoa, that's cold.
I think we're probably close to the limit though.
Yeah.
This is where we might want to start doing the vapor. Like I said, if we had a water cooler, man, I think we would be killer right now. Trail mountain biking is great. It is.
That's what yeah.
I've been doing a mix of like gravel right now. Steve and I might do some mountain biking though.
Yeah, I have one you can borrow. So I'm just pouring liquid nitrogen
On the floor.
into the doer. Or sorry,
Tullius.
into the
What's up, buddy?
thermos.
I think you got more on the floor than. Oh yeah. There you go. I love the look. Oh yeah. Here's our box.
Oh, we don't want to put it in there yet.
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
you just prep it, bro.
No, I mean I was about to put it right in front, and I saw the vapor start going in. Like, no, not yet.
Oh yeah.
Don't want anyone to say like
Oh,
we.
did you want to use a pot and do it?
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah. Let's try to get a run in before.
I don't want
everything.
anyone to be able to claim that it was cooled with liquid nitrogen, even if it's the vapors. You know, we'll wait for that.
It's okay. I think I'm about 300 to 400 watts. I'm biking.
Oh, someone's asking.
For
about your-
like
yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
I do a lot of like Peloton and then do the regular bike now.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I think it's actually between 350 and 400.
This Temporal Tomato, that's a good name, says said $10, thank you. Says got all of the records on the modern 3D Mark tests on my 7800 X3D and EVGA 3090 Ti FTW3. Thanks to the info and inspiration from you guys over the years.
That's
Not
awesome.
the most competitive combo, but it's been a blast. That's an awesome combo.
That's all that matters is you're having fun doing it. Because if you're not having fun, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah. Also, 3090 Ti and a 7800 X3D is a pretty good combo. So
Oh, I think it is. I
Yeah.
think he's being a little.
there's so for Temporal Tomato or anyone else in that situation where you're like, man, I just don't have like the number one part. HardwareBot actually has sections based on the GPU.
Hardware.
Yeah.
Hardware version.
So you
Hardware
can
points, basically.
you can still compete. You would just look at the 3090 Ti section, or the 7800 XTD section, or the 1080 Ti section, and you can still compete in
Yeah, that's the
benchmarks.
nice part. So if
Yeah.
you want to compare yourself, particular, if you want to go against a bunch of overclockers that are really pushing it, HWBot would be the way to go on that.
Yeah.
Because they have what's called hardware points, right?
I think so. Yeah, they do a point system of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get that. I turned away too much. No, it's lower.
Yeah.
Let's try this. I'm going to jump it up a little bit. Oh, it's only 275. That actually was good.
You were only at 275 for that?
Yeah, I thought it was at 300.
That's good. Let's see. Yeah, so really, I mean, I keep going back to the high scoreboard, and there's not a lot to look at in front of you.
Just one.
Just one. 16,161. That is
about
the
to
score to
change.
beat. And thanks to a combination of the wire view and the ASUS rear fan spraying air all over the cable, the connector, I think our title is Overclocking until we melt it or until we get a record, and
I think we got the record.
I think we're going to need the record because there's too much cooling on that connector. Also, it's just not a long enough test.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be saturating it long enough to make a difference.
It needs to be like a fair mark load.
Yeah, like if you're gaming for 2 hours, that's kind of a load. Like you need a load that's running consistent, not just
2 minutes.
peaks,
Yeah.
Like, you know.
All right, chat. What's happening in this benchmark? Let's talk about this. I need to know what happens next. So we'll crowdsource.
So we saw a peak of 168 there. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's got very Star Wars theme.
Definitely feels like Tatooine or something.
Ooh, they almost hit a 170 at that one peak.
So we've got like the electrode. Is it an EV? Is he like charging it?
That's what it looks like.
Or is
it
he
looks like
docking it?
Well, it looks like he took a piece out. Oh, that's nice. Over the 170s there.
That's good.
It almost looks like he took it out like. What's the Iron Man? I had that thing. It was almost like one of those.
Yeah.
Charging
Right.
it. Yeah. And then this is where it seems like they went after him. All right. So should dump 160. Ooh, I don't know. Might be close.
Chat's always so quick to spot when I leave the.
A little bit lower. I don't know. I'm gonna try to go a little bit higher. We might have like a gear issue. Oops, wrong one.
Yeah.
Brings me back to my streaming days.
What do you think for?
We're gonna go 325.
Okay. I don't know what the increments are on the 50 series. I always do 25s.
I was doing 25s right now.
Yeah.
But I started to do like 5s at some point too, so I didn't really notice much of a change.
So,
but I think if you really want to get into more overclocking, the testing each,
right,
like really testing up by 5 and seeing like what scores go. If you do like 20 benches, I mean that would be a good accurate. We've only spent a little bit of time on this.
It's funny it's funny just seeing the every time the concern for safety, which I appreciate where it's coming from, but like
it's a thought that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So comments about oxygen in the room. Again, this room is. Andrew, do you mind doing a pan to the rest of the studio? This room is gigantic.
Yeah, it's a big room.
Like,
I've done a lot more with a lot less.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Gigabyte's OC room? It's probably like half the size of
The
this.
door is different.
Oh yeah.
We want to talk about that one again?
We should. It's always a great story.
So one of the first things Joe taught me with working with LN2 was to keep a hand protect, with the glove or something. Keep a hand on the transfer hose.
Yes, and the reason why is
when
because,
you start it.
Yeah, when you get in big tanks like that, you don't know. Sometimes they like to slip a high pressure versus a low pressure system. And even with some of the low pressures, if they're building up enough pressure, when you release the pressure, that tube or the transfer hose can actually pop out and kind of like wave around, kind of like a rodeo cowboy type thing. And one night we were really tired. Basically, we had like 9 or 10 of those.
I just clarify when he's saying we, that I was not a part of that.
No. It was over at the Gigabyte OC lab. Yeah. Well, I ended up just barely touching it, and it basically flew out and came around and basically smashed the Gigabyte OC door.
Which was made of glass.
Yeah, but it was like glass like this thick, and it made the like most obnoxious, like, first it smashed, but stayed there. That was the first phase. And then the second phase is that once it fully broke off, it decided to like break off and then really go everywhere. And yeah,
Probably tempered or something.
Oh, dude, it was impressive. It was the most impressive braking.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, let's see. I wasn't paying attention too much, so this might be close, but still.
No. So while you're working on that, the quick demo, the other safety thing people always ask about, we do this a lot, so hopefully it's not too much repeat for people. It's only fun though. So is handling with gloves. We've regularly talked about how, for both of us, and I think pretty much all liquid nitrogen overclockers, including Bill from AMD and these guys, use of gloves during the actual pouring process, where you're pouring into the LN2 pot like this. I find it to be a lot harder and like more dangerous than just going freehand, because
then you can't really direct the liquid nitrogen as easy as you can.
Gloves are very large, they're cumbersome in terms of use, and so a couple of problems is with liquid nitrogen. Really, the concern is if it soaks. So like for this demo, I'm going to take the hair tie off. This hair tie is probably cotton or polyester or something, and if it soaks in that, then that's what'll burn. But if I just, don't do this at home, all that stuff, when I just pour here, it's nothing. And there's something called the Leidenfrost effect. You can look it up on Wikipedia. But basically, it's going to roll off, it'll evap, and there's nothing for it to catch and soak.
Yeah, my rule is like if you're not, it's like water. So imagine like if you soak your hand, that's when you're in trouble. But if you let it just drip it, like if you literally pour it on it, it's not going to hurt you, right? As long as you're not, I've had people before where they're like, oh, they close their hand, and that's like a bad thing to do, because what it will do is it will basically sting you.
Yeah.
But it's not going to do too much damage, but it's more or less just as long as it doesn't soak. So if you just keep it off,
Yeah, so if you're into the science of it, the Leidenfrost effect is the thing to look up. So anyway, yeah, we don't use gloves for handling. The biggest reason is they get in the way. If you get the liquid nitrogen in the glove, which is definitely a possibility if you're using them,
that's where it can
bad.
be dangerous.
Like that's really bad, because then it'll adhere to your skin.
Yeah.
It'll like freeze the material of your skin.
Yeah, you want to be careful with even like, socks and stuff. Like if stupid things like that. If you soak your sock, you hurt your foot pretty bad. I think Vince did that one time.
Oh yeah.
Where he had like his foot blew up.
I think it might have been when he was in crutches, but yeah. So anyway, that's kind of our approach to it.
Dip the beard in liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, so it basically just kind of evaporates immediately. We'll do the floor demo too, since Joe's already making fun of me for getting some on the floor.
Yeah.
But
well, you started.
You want to point the thermal camera at it? We probably won't be able to catch the result though.
Well, I don't know if it will. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It might evaporate.
I don't know. We could try it, but anyway. So we'll do a quick. So it's just going to evaporate immediately. So that's what you're seeing there. Now it still gets real friggin' cold.
That's because it's soaking into the floor. When it soaks into the floor, that's when. And actually, that's exactly what you don't want to do to your skin.
You can see it there too. Yeah. And so, like with these floor tiles, which have a water-based adhesive or something, they'll, if you soak it too much, they'll peel up. But that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, like it's actually funny because like certain like glues and stuff will just. A lot of people to like glue removal will use like dry ice, or they'll use liquid nitrogen.
Well, I used LN2 for removing heat spreaders from RAM.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I showed you that.
Yeah, you taught me that. Yeah, we basically. I don't know if we poured it in a container or what.
I think we did in a container because I broke your container.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we poured it in a plastic container, and and soaked the memory modules in it, and that popped the heat spreaders off. So because they had thermal adhesive on them. Anyway,
trying to see what this one is going to do. This could be the run. I bumped it up pretty high.
Nice. I went up. Let me get this away from so no one can climb.
I'll tell you if basically when a run finishes.
Yeah. Just comment. We always get these. Got it. So nude for nitrogen is best.
Possibly.
I mean, there'd be a lot less like
I cannot
material.
Confirm or deny. I used to wear sandals all the time.
And nothing else.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, there you go. There's a comment. about handling being safer without material?
Oh, I don't know. Ah.
Crash? It's so close, too.
I don't know. It might be just on that line.
That might have made it. Oh, it made it. Wow. Is it valid? It's not, I think. What's that up top?
No. That's just can't submit. See?
Score not valid. Oh, it's just because it's not been validated online.
Yeah, but it down here.
We need to connect and probably double check.
Well, we'll save it.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah.
That's okay. We can run it again.
That's a good way to do it.
And then, but yeah, that would technically break it by a lot. What is
temperature over time? Does it tell you?
Maybe system info. Yeah, I don't know. I think monitoring failed. I'm not sure it's valid, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I could write it down anyway, and we put a question mark next to it. We connect.
That's okay. We just run it again.
Yeah.
Not really.
This is a really high score. I just don't know if I would count that because it looks like it might have hung right before the last couple
right
frames.
at the end.
Yeah. We'll put a question mark next to it.
I know. I've seen that happen when it's almost like at the end. If you look at the temp, because I had it a couple times like that.
Yeah.
And what it does is it seems like the GPU just gets a little bit hotter at the end because it just kind of bakes at the end. And
that's where the hotkeys can help you.
Exactly. That would be like killer.
What was your clock GPU?
Like plus 340, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I went pretty high.
Well,
probably a little bit higher on the
It is really promising
limit.
though. This is the type of thing where just running it again might be enough.
Yeah, but I might try it at like 335 versus 340.
Right.
Because I think the last one I got was 335. 340 was pushing it, I think, because of how cool it was running.
Yeah.
I thought maybe we'd probably get it, but I think 335, and then maybe we try...
Someone, yeah, I like this comment. I saw it, so it's validated.
I like your style.
All right. That's it.
We're done.
We won. Game over. Score was personally validated by Planet Yavin.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you, Planet Yavin, for your judging. We'll pass that up to the 3D Mark people. Let's see.
Yeah, was this the ASUS GeForce RTX 5090 Astrid? Astrid? Sorry.
Astral.
Astral. Astrid? What is Astrid from?
I think it's a name.
It's a movie.
I think it's a name, like a Nordic name. You should know this, Mr.
Oh,
Viking.
I know what it is. It's
Mr.
from
Viking.
How You Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a kid's movie. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, that sounds way too familiar.
Yeah. What software are you using to OC? You can answer that.
MSI Afterburner. I was using GPU tweak, but then I couldn't get over plus 250. And right now you see we're at plus 300, so couldn't get plus 300 in.
What the limit on ASUS's software was 258 or something?
Yeah, it was plus 258. So
like
I couldn't put anything higher, and actually, technically, I think I did 255. I got a run on, but then I couldn't do any higher than that.
Right.
And then it would get a little weird. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So tweak we had problems with. The core just didn't go high enough.
Yeah, and then I tried. The Zotac one.
Yeah.
That one just went all.
The Zotac one was really screwed with this.
Yeah,
it was like.
Yeah, it had a
something was wrong.
And then I also tried.
Zotac, you were running at like 1100 megahertz with that software.
Oh yeah. It would always be stuck at 1,000.
Yeah,
basically.
it did not like this
1,000 to 1,100.
It worked okay for the 5080 we reviewed, but that was a Zotac card. I don't know how much. I don't know if they. Whatever. Their software's weird. Yeah, so it's looking good. I don't know. How's this performance look? Joe's telling me to stop jinxing it. That's where it crashed. All right, that's God, I don't know. That might be it.
That's
I think. Did the score go down, like under the frame?
You'll see it if it goes.
179 is higher than number one.
Isn't it 180?
Number one was 161.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's still higher, but let's see, because we'll have a bunch.
Well, that looks valid to me.
I think the other one.
Andrew, did you see the frame rate counter go below the frame? At the end, yeah. Because when it goes below the frame, that
Let's try it one more time.
Yeah. Casey Calloway in chat said, wanted to say love the channel. Thanks for all the information and being a consumer advocate. Thank you for watching. And thank
Let's
you
give
for
it like
chatting.
maybe a minute or something. Just let the
Cool down a bit.
Yeah, cool down a bit and then do a run. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We'll reboot and do a fresh run. Because we've done like 20 runs like that.
I just go into like, I don't even know. It's like a Zen state every time those fans are off.
I know, right? Like it's weird because
I feel like
yesterday
the adrenaline goes down a lot.
I know.
When the fans cut off.
I'm not sure how I feel about it. All right, let's see.
I would be a terrible bartender. I just overpoured the shit out of that.
Are you gonna put it in there?
Oh no, we don't want it over there yet.
It's the reason why we don't have nice things.
That's why?
Yes.
That's the reason?
That's the reason.
All right. Oh. I should be doing this from the other side. Did I ever tell you when there was one time I was setting the door up, so this table has a hinge on it.
Oh no.
But fortunately it was not filled. It's properly locked now, secure.
Ooh, I didn't even know that table did that.
Yeah.
Why would you have it hinged? Like, what was the point?
Storage, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so you could put.
So you move it through stuff easier.
I wouldn't even have thought that. That would be great.
I didn't either.
Yeah, apparently.
I bought the table used. I was like, oh my god. It moves.
That's one of those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from what I'm seeing now is I think we're on a thermal issue, really, more than anything. I feel like if we put this thing under liquid nitrogen, we can have some way more fun.
Yeah. Let's see. What Mobo is that? I think it's an X670E Hero.
Crosshair Hero, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got what? G-Skill mount, Arctic cooler, awesome bearded Viking, and then
Floor is thirsty, someone said.
OSHA has entered the chat.
Reboot solves everything in Windows. I mean, it kind of does, though.
Be surprised.
Especially, well, this chat might not be surprised. But
Oh,
yeah. Especially with OC, like it just seems like
there's things you can do too. Like,
Yeah.
There's ways around it. Like you can technically go into the device manager, and then you can disable the driver and then re-enable it. Sometimes that works.
Yeah.
A lot. Depending on how many cards you have, I mean, that can be. Well, I guess now we can only do one card. We used to do like dual SLI, triple SLI, quad SLI. That was the other thing we should probably talk about.
That was another good story from the 10 series era because that EVJ SR2 or whatever it was, where
Yeah, you had the dual CPUs.
So,
I had a bunch of records that Vince beat me on.
Yeah, well, Vince was managing 4 or 7 Allen 2 pots for that.
Yeah, because you had 4 on the card.
Yeah.
You had 2 pots on, so 2 CPUs, and then you had a base clock. Yeah. So that you would basically you had to base clock the CPU because the CPUs basically didn't have a multi. So the only way that you can get it higher is if you're doing the base clock. So but to do the base clock, you then had to use liquid nitrogen to do that. So you basically had 3 pots just for the motherboard and then 4 pots just for. That was a crazy system. I never got to do it on mine.
That's so cool. I should ask him to like break it out again. Like,
you should make a setup like that. We could bet you.
We could do that. We have the board. I have that motherboard.
The problem is trying to find the CPUs.
I think we have.
So I had originally had the original ones, but the retail one, or you don't want the retail ones, because technically there's an extra clock on one.
Crash, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know. I probably should have looked at it.
But. I'll read a couple store orders for those of you using the code about FKN time for 10% off anything on the store.
Actually, let's try this. We'll go down to 330.
Justin from Texas picked up a Honey Pot t-shirt, the foil t-shirts, thank you. And then the Oxidation shirt as well, thanks for that. The Honey Pot shirts are in the early manufacturing stages. Brian from Alabama, it looks like, picked up a mouse mat, 2 mouse mats, and a coaster pack. Thanks for picking those up. Coasters are cool. The original coaster pack as well with the fan in it. The fan's probably one of my favorite designs. And then we've got let's do one more order here. Derek from California picked up a mouse mat and a teardown toolkit. Thank you, Derek, as well. And using the code helps support the stream. And currently, for a quick recap, so we haven't done one of these really. Anyone who's joined a little late or you're in and you're out, so we're in a really good spot, first of all.
Not so much for Port Royal, but really Steel Nomad.
Port Royal's okay, though. I mean...
It's still good.
Yeah, so...
BJ.
Yeah, so the first target, we set 2, like, achievable on-air targets for Port Royal. So, JayzTwoCents at 40,169 was number 24, which, after all these runs, Joe beat right here with the 40,214. And then... Ludus 7, who just happens to be number 10, and number 5 for Steel Nomad. Pretty good overclocker, I guess. And that scores 40,674. The last one I have for you.
672.
672, so 3 points off of that one. And then on Steel Nomad's looking really good. So Steel Nomad, we've got
we think we beat it, but we don't know. I don't know. I don't.
We have to connect to connect to the internet and check. So first objective was number 5. Let us again 15,882, and Joe was able to eventually get that here with a 15,905. And then number 1 is 16,161, which maybe, but I think for now we're saying we haven't surpassed that because those 2 runs looked a little, maybe screwy at the end.
Iffy at the end?
Yeah. So the best you have there is 16,143, which is pretty damn close. Oh, I guess I could recap the clocks too. So for offsets, the Port Royal highest score he's got.
Well, this one's about to finish. I don't know.
Is plus 275 and plus 2,000 mem. And then Steel Nomad.
Sounds weird. Why would?
Steel Nomad highest he got that we know is valid is plus 300 core plus 2,000 mem. What are your clocks? I mean, remember too, the offsets get less stable if the card is cooler.
Yeah,
because you need to bring it down a little bit.
Let me see.
Try 320.
Well, I've been going down 5 each one.
So this is something I could throw out there too. So because it's an offset like we were talking about earlier, if you actually bring the card down colder, sometimes those higher
325 is higher than it would be if you're warmer.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So it actually, you'll become unstable.
That actually might be what it is then.
Well, especially because you let it
technically
cool.
We were at what? 300. Oh, yeah, that might be it then.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, what it is.
I think you're maybe...
Because in the other room, we were definitely hotter. So that would make sense then. Okay,
well,
so I'll just keep backing it down 5, I think.
Shut the system down for a little bit, so that probably helped it cool off too. Let's see, I'm just looking at the...
Yeah, because it's kind of freezing in here now. 64?
It's freezing? 64?
Yeah, we went down like 2 degrees.
That's a great temperature for overclocking.
That was a great temp to freeze.
You want me to run the AC? See if we can freeze the coils?
Good.
I have to call the HVAC guys to come out.
Yeah, how did we get it like
we ran the
20
AC
degrees in here?
when it was like 28 degrees outside, and anyway, now it's all frozen.
Just turn it off. Take a blowtorch. All right, let's see what this one does. So I think you nailed it on that, though. I think that's what the issue is. Because we're cooler in here than we were in there, so it's the hotter. So my 320, 330 is different than, lower than this.
That was what it was.
Because if you noticed, I never got, at 300, that's a high score.
Right.
16,430, 143 compared to,
Yeah.
Basically, it would have taken
A Gall
325.
says, do you all still have an EJ EV bot? Mine's been collecting dust since the 7080 Ti. I never
You could
had
probably
one.
sell one of those like
Yeah.
for major money, to be honest.
They were cool. I never had one. They're pretty sick,
I've had
though.
a couple.
Yeah.
I think I sent one over. Actually, now that I remember, I think I sent it to an Overclocker.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty cool. External control, right?
Yeah, basically would allow you to clock externally. So
Yeah.
you have like in your hand, you could do the clocks there.
Yeah.
Voltage and actually, I think it was all voltages, not clocks. So just voltages.
That was when there were a bunch of cool. I mean, like they sold that zombie board too.
Oh, the E-Power.
E-Power.
Yeah, I did a bunch of those.
Yeah.
That's when that was funny with the Titan. When
Those
the
were
Titan came
sick.
out, I did E-Power, G-Power.
Yeah.
I did all like a bunch of them. I desoldered that card and soldered it probably about 25 times.
I mean, definitely lost a lot of really cool OC products when Tin kind of left the industry because he did a lot of that stuff. All right, here we go.
Well, I think Elmore's kind of picked up where.
That's for sure. Elmore definitely has. 16,128, so you're a little lower. So, but
Yeah,
the
but
good
that's
news is it was stable.
Exactly.
That's what we care about here.
So let me see if I can.
Back to 330.
Well, usually what I've noticed too is the second run after a reboot.
Are you able to just kill Afterburner without minimizing, and it keeps the clocks, right? That might get you a couple.
I was trying it, but it seemed every time I did it, like, it wasn't helping.
Okay.
I don't know, it could be, but
Yeah.
the superstition saying it wasn't doing anything. I don't know, we might just have to put some vapor in.
We can. You might have hit first. We don't know until we can connect to the internet for those two, but I think we're still saying no, probably. Let's see. Jason asks, and $5, thank you, asks, why are you guys using the Astral OC? I joined the stream late. Is it because of the current monitoring? No, actually, that's not why. I mean, the only other 59s I have are FEs. And only here used in the sense of the other ones, not, another very rare. So yeah, the other ones we have are FEs, which just, they're 575 watts. You get like a 4% power offset with them, which puts them to 600. This card is just, especially for air, it's just gonna be better.
Yeah, it's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
I mean, for an air card, I mean, this thing weighs a ton.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the FE is really good for a 2-slot, but there's still these big cards, like they're still better. So it's kind of hard to beat surface area and mass to some extent. You know what I really wish though is that they connected this frame to the cooling system somehow. They've got this huge aluminum frame around it, and they're just not using it for heat sinking, unfortunately. All right, what do you got? Is it gonna survive?
Not when you hit the tube like that.
I don't think that's gonna be the thing
That
kills
actually
it.
happens, yeah. Because it will move a pot.
No,
Well,
yeah,
liquid nitrogen. yeah.
sure. I really, if Jay jumps in for like a RIP GN series thing, I really hope he does Steel Nomad. Maybe. That looks possible. I have to watch it on the 6153. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, but it's close.
I'm gonna watch the replay here on the. I'm just watching the delay on the
just wanna
stream.
see these.
Because if that monitor drops below the frame, then I think it's gonna validate. Let's see.
The interesting part is if you look at the results, right? Where did we have?
Oh, hang on here, Joe. Joe, before it goes away. So this is the replay of that. It goes below the frame. I think that's valid. You see the FPS counter?
Yeah, we'll have to test them.
I think that was
I think we're
valid.
pretty good, but
Yeah.
I always like to have. So usually when you're benching like this, you always want a couple runs anyway, because
Yeah.
you never know which one's not going to be validated. So we try, doing a bunch.
There's a few requests still to just go ahead and smash Steel Nomad Lite.
I don't know. This almost seems like a system info issue. Let's try.
Do you think System Info's got a problem or what?
I don't know. It just seems a little on the weird side. That
looks like you have some ASUS thing running in the background there.
Sonic
Oh,
Suite?
never mind. It's just a sound.
Acoustic yeah, thing. Sound.
Steel Nomad Lite.
No, I think I uninstalled the GPU tweak. Because then it was conflicting with MSI after that, and they got even. I would still get that like 1100 even with that.
Let's just satisfy this count. It's been asking for Steel Nomad Lite.
Oh, does he? Yeah, I'll run it.
Yeah. What's I don't know if it's installed or if it's auto installed, we'll run it.
I think it is. I think it's just like, you know how you have time to spy. Well, what was the other one? Like 3D11, where you have
3D11. That's going way back.
I love that. That was one of my favorite benchmarks.
That's way back.
The problem now is most of the newer CPUs, it's all CPU bound.
Yeah.
So it's not as fun. But it used to be like a really good graphical one. Used to do like dual SLI.
Yeah. Zach sent $5. Thank you in the super chat. Said, hey Steve, I got a mouse pad. Last time you and Tech Odin did a live stream together and you signed it. Stoked.
We're running Nomad Lite.
You're running late?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
So by popular demand, we're running late.
I feel like we got the other one, so it's kind of...
Zach said, I'll buy a honeypot shirt. Can you guys sign it? Unfortunately, we don't really have a mechanism to deal with sort of special, like one-off orders like that, because the shirts aren't in yet. So I don't have a way to do that. But in future streams, we'll probably do some kind of signing thing again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We could probably do mouse mats or mouse pads again. Those are always fun. Oh my gosh. Got a $2 super chat from Jack Mayer. Says, saw a 5090 for $9,000.
Probably eBay.
Oh man. Don't spend $9 grand on a 5090.
Do me a favor, go to Nomad Lite and see what the record is.
Nomad Lite number 1 is 62,927.
Oh, this is cool. I didn't realize there's a different...
Are we going to get to see the end of the sequence now?
No, it's the same.
It's the same. It's just lower.
Oh, okay. It just
lower
looks,
quality.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They turn a bunch
I thought
of
it was.
I want a continuation of the story.
I know. I thought I got really excited because I thought that's what it was at first.
Yeah. All right. So there's number 1 is 62,927. These scores are crazy.
Oh, look at the frames, dude. We're going from like 160s, 170s to 400s. So
we need. Well, we might. CPU might be our problem on this one. You know. No, we're clocked higher than this one. Maybe not.
What's the record? 62,927?
Yeah. Number 2 is just 62,000 even.
No, something's not happy. I don't know.
I think it's just clocked too high.
Yeah, but I ran these clocks.
Yeah, but it's... You know how it is.
I know. Let's see.
Let's see. Vegabyte, that's a good name. Says, if I could only afford to purchase one, the mod mat and the Flux project mat, what will get a crafting and PC builder more use? Surface area is probably the big difference. Well, if you're looking at like the 50 versus 80, the large mod mat's a lot larger. The crafting part of that is the interesting one because the solder mats work really well for model building and painting and just anything that's like kind of leaves a lot of mess just because it's really easy to clean it and scrub it. The mod mats are much larger surface area, well, for the large, meant to kind of more protect the table. It's anti-static, that's a big difference too. Anti-static conductive specifically. And they've got the grooves in them. So like in terms of cleaning, a solder mat's gonna be way easier to clean, but it's an insulative surface by design. A mod mat's harder to clean, but anti-static conductive. So generally speaking, I would say probably solder mat for general crafting things.
Yeah, for crafting stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, these can be a little bit difficult depending on, you know.
Yeah, the mod mats, those grooves are.
Yeah.
You know. All right, let's see. Someone's saying chicken clocking can get a little boring. This isn't. We're not chicken clocking anymore. We're trying to hit the. We got like
right
a
at the
little bit
record.
more there for number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it fail? I don't know. I was thinking like we have some type of.
We could do a driver wipe.
Yeah, but it might take a while.
That wouldn't take too long. I could do it pretty fast.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I do it fast.
Let's do it.
If you wanna, let's.
I have all my clocks memorized, so.
Why don't
you want me to
you?
start going through these?
You want to show off some of the inside of the LN2 pots and stuff to the camera, just talking about like how they're built, and you know that's always cool.
Well, I haven't
Show and
looked
tell
at this one.
type stuff.
Yeah. So one of the cool things is the liquid nitrogen pots will have all sorts of different designs, right? You'll see with this one, it basically he's got cutouts going in, right? And what the trick is, you're basically trying to get enough surface area to basically combat the heat on this side. So you see, this is just one way to do it. Let me get the some of the other ones.
Big boy ones. Gigabyte says thanks for the answer. Well, thanks for asking. It's quiet again.
So you'll see like a couple different ones. This is a really old pot. So
yeah.
This is one of the older EK ones.
They only made those a couple times.
You had SF3D, who's a overclocker that used to do it quite a bit. They ended up teaming with him.
Oh, okay.
Pretty heavy though. And then you have, this is one of my favorites. This is the one for Pascal did, you know, burning OC. You'll see in it, this one has like grooves and everything. The surface area on this thing is kind of amazing for how much, basically what you wanted, the more surface area, the more heat you can basically combat in a shorter period of time.
Well, there's also speeds.
Well,
it's probably worth talking about too.
Well, yeah, when you have more surface area, you also, it depends on how much you pour. So you can get more speed out of something like this because the surface area is so large. But when you have something like this maybe that doesn't have as much surface area, you can then use like the torch like we used to do. Where you can torch it up and we call it glazing it.
Right.
What it does is it allows the...
Like crystallizes?
It crystallizes it and allows the liquid nitrogen to soak into the metal quicker.
Right.
So there's ways you can basically torch it up to learn to control the pot easier, right? Even it works for even the higher surface area ones as well. But it really depends on how good a pouring as well, because this can be more difficult to pour than this one if you don't have like good pouring skills. Because that's kind of like one of those things. And then the other thing is like when you're at like a high really low temp, like minus 196 degrees Celsius.
Full pot, basically.
Full pot, basically. These are not going to be as good as the higher surface area pots, right? Because you're basically, you're going to lose a certain amount of like ability to be able to, what it's going to do is it's going to get cold and it's not going to be able to combat. Like you'll just tend to like boil off.
Right.
So. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different ones. These are just GPU pots, but then we also have the CPU pots. So you'll have a couple other examples. Ooh.
Careful that one here. So the CPU pots are huge.
Yeah, these are pretty heavy right here. So this is one of my favorites as well. This is a great pot, but you see how much surface area is in it. You can tell, like if you look on the side, you can see like those grooves make a huge difference because technically they give you a lot more surface area. Then you have something like, this is Kingpin's one. He also has a lot of surface area in this one too. This is one of the T-Rexes, I think.
Yeah.
But that you could tell basically by creating the groove, you're getting like more surface area. Like you're getting the here, here, and then here versus being flat. If you're flat, you have less surface area. So what they do is they try to mill inside this way and then basically create a groove.
You see those giant bits for the CNCs. Yeah.
And what's crazy is he even goes even a little bit more. Like there's a lot of holes in this. You could tell on this one too. Like if you undo these screws, basically it drills from the sides and then from the top. Like
did you see that one that was like quote unquote AI designed?
Wasn't that when John and them did?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
What was his name?
So it's like 3D printed basically.
Oh yeah, the 3D printed metal one. I didn't see that one, but I saw the one they did before.
It's really,
really cool.
wild. I mean, if you type in like AI 3D printed LN2 pod or something,
What's cool about that is you can develop so much surface area, because the problem with these is they're drilling, right? So you can only drill it certain ways. Like
it's also super expensive because the machine time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's complicated. It's not easy to do this, right? So like taking the time to go through, so you're gonna have to set it up, move it. Not all machines, like depending on how your machine is too, like when you're 3D printing it, you're making it from the beginning. So you could create any texture or anything pretty much any way you want.
I think they hit like 9-something gigahertz on that, on I forget which CPU it was, but it was like, that was an Elmore overclock.
I think it was Intel.
Intel CPU, yeah.
Yeah, because the newer Intel ones, they clock high.
Yeah. All right, so this is reinstalled. So.
All right, let me get on there then.
Yep.
And I think what we'll do is, if this doesn't run, because I think we have it anyway, but what I want to do is maybe we'll do some liquid nitrogen and have it go in there and try to bump up the clocks a little bit more.
Right.
Let me just get into here. I don't know if it reset everything. Usually it does. Oh no, we still got the profile.
Oh, someone's, Tyler Taunton in the chat asked, I'm assuming it's not possible or potentially worth it to design a cooling system using liquid nitrogen as a fluid. So, a really cool thing about that.
You can go into that one.
Yeah, Roboclocker is what you should look up on the channel. We covered
He's
it.
not the only one though. There was another one too.
I don't know it.
Oh, I actually had it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, I helped him out quite a bit. But
so,
yeah,
Roboclocker
same thing though.
Is one that Kingpin worked on. We have, I think, 2 videos on the channel with it. One of them, it might not be in the name. It was like 7.2 gigahertz, I think, is in the title, and the thumbnail's a BSOD in the background. But so it's super cool. It's a feed tank, like a 180 liter, and then a capture and return. And so there's 2 liquid nitrogen tanks basically on either side of the system. It feeds liquid nitrogen in, circulates through the CPU and the GPU or GPUs, and then exits and goes to a capture. And really cool. We did some videos on it. 10 did the, so this predates like AI as a buzzword, and it was an AI like managing application, which really basically just meant like it detected when it should open and close valves to let the LN2 flow. Because if you just flow it constantly, you have a new problem, which is you might go too cold and crash if it's a cold bug or something.
Yeah, we basically set a target, and then it would hold at that particular target. That's how the other one was as well.
And I know, AI gets eye rolls now, as it should, but back then it was a much different thing. So
yeah.
the meaning of it.
No, but they were pretty cool because you can pretty much set a dial,
and
then you don't even have to pour or anything. The only problem with it really is setup. So like water cooling is difficult. Liquid nitrogen, like
water cooling,
is such a pain.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest downfall of it, is the setup, and then even the pressures you're working with, that probably not the safest.
Yeah.
So that's why it probably never kicked off as much. But
well, yeah, it was a showpiece.
Plus it's expensive.
Yeah.
You got to have a big one, a big tank. I think he was using a recovery tank as well.
He was.
What's cool about it is, though, you wouldn't waste liquid nitrogen. That was one of the coolest.
Yeah, they said the efficiency was like very high.
Oh, extremely high.
Yeah.
Like it was basically.
It was really sick, actually.
Yeah.
That was one of the more fun things I've covered.
But that was the second version, didn't he? He had another one that was like the Mortal Kombat one. Because I remember I was doing it where I would be like hitting the button.
Yeah. That's in our lab tour too, where he's got the Mortal Kombat controller.
Yeah,
and you flip it open and it's all been ripped out and gutted, and he replaced it all with like LN2 controls. It's really cool. Yeah. Well, let's see if this one survives.
Man, we gotta say something every time. Bad juju.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's definitely got some of that superstition on it. Hopefully, I think pretty soon we start just trying the LN2
Yeah,
vapor.
I just want to try the LN2. Probably after this one, because this one might actually be decent. But we'll see.
You're yelling at me for saying something. It looks like it made it, though.
Yeah, that's how it's.
That was a clean exit. That's how it should be.
Yeah, but it's still a little bit lower.
It's 100 points low.
Yeah, see, this is where it's more
80
accurate.
points.
See how the monitoring is?
Yeah, that's how it should look.
When that's not there, that's really the key. But technically, yeah.
It's good for us to know though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Does this give you temperature during those runs?
Yeah, so this is the, where is it? Right here. So temperature.
Core,
so
GPU.
You'll notice that the trend of the GPU starts going up, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Yeah.
And what's happening is at the end, like right here, you notice we're at like 52.
Yeah.
Like it trends up. But as we go a little bit higher, you can tell it's thermal.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it hits like 53, that's what I noticed on the other one, that's when it just goes
Where's
up.
your clocks on this?
Let's
Up
see.
top, I think.
No, I think it's the bottom.
Oh,
Right here.
bottom.
Yeah, because you can see.
So what's your
So
GPU?
about 3100, 3150,
3120. You see it's dropping here at the end. So that corresponds with the temperature climb.
Yeah. Yeah, see how the temp drops,
Yeah.
and then the clock is
So what do you
dropping.
want to do? You want to just throw LN2 vapor in
Yes.
there and just
Yeah,
just beat
because I
it?
know, I mean, if we could play around this all night, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, let's just try and beat the score.
I think
You're
we.
at number 2. That's pretty good.
Well, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Let's see if we can just do 2 here. This is not
Here,
how
put
you're
this on.
supposed to use them, but it's how we're going to use them. There, thanks. All right, let's top it up here. So I'm just going to pour it in here. This is not cooling anything, obviously, so it's just going to sit in there and boil.
Yeah, because I feel like if we get like 1 degree help,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, then we're easily gonna
easy
do it.
mode. Can you pull up GPU-Z really quick, and let's just watch the temp drop. Probably should have waited a second, but sensors. So GPU temp, yeah, there you go. Look at that. So now we're going below ambient, or approaching ambient at least.
Not much though, but yeah.
Ambient 64.4. Yeah, it'll take it a second. So ambient is 18 right now. So if we can keep it at or drop it below, that's what we want to see. This is the most creative LN2 I've ever seen.
And now we're down to 18.
The guys who make these pots are watching like, what are, that's not how you're supposed
Not how they're supposed to be used. Here, let's go and
What was the temp on that?
about 18.
Okay, so it's probably going to get below ambient.
Oh, really? We only need like a degree, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. From what I was studying yesterday, is literally it's a degree. So if we get minus 1 degree,
Well, that's what
it
you're
should-
going to get here.
Yeah. Well, I bumped it up to plus 340 right now.
What? Oh, wow. 15C thermal camera. This is kind of a lot to pour. This is like the old day OC. So what we're doing is, yeah, we can attach an LN2 pot to the card, but we're just playing around with it right now. So basically, liquid nitrogen, the way to think about it, I saw someone like, LN2 is cheat mode, and first of all, no, but secondly,
I love that.
secondly, that's like saying using a race car is cheat mode, you know. But secondly, we're not like actually at real LN2 types of setup and temperature, where if we're at, the way to think about it is it's really just like a simulator, where if we're hitting 35 on the GPU core, that's kind of the same as running it under liquid. So the top score is 33 degrees for the top performing score, which is definitely
we were
liquid.
at like 52-ish.
And that's 100% that's liquid, so we might actually still be warmer than just water, despite being technically LN2.
Yeah.
Because this is like the most inefficient possible use of LN2, so.
I don't know. Clocks look weird though. The frames.
But remember, your offset's gonna be a little different.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if the offset's lower. Yeah, but I went high, pretty high on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it depends. If it's in ambient, that could be dropping the...
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think
Wow. Nope.
That might be a little too frozen, that pot.
Still not there. I think we lowered it. So if we... Yeah, let's see.
I was just getting it off the table.
Yeah, wait a bit though.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. Yeah, can you... I don't know.
What do you want to do?
A glove?
We can put on a glove, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I was just gonna run.
A little cold for that. Honestly, a little cold for the glove too.
Yeah. Not your traditional LN2 shirt.
It could be.
That's why we made it fun.
Yeah.
I'm kind of dying to try it on too, though.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you taking it away?
I was gonna lower them and put them on the silicone. Just to, I'm not 100% sure what's happening. That I had cardboard under there, so.
So you want to mess up my...
That's not anything in them right now, anyway.
Wait, hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Probably more important to here. There you go. I really want to see what the temp is with this.
We gotta get a complete run.
Did it crash?
No, system info tends to...
Oh, okay.
At the end, it seems like when it crashes, the system info crashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hung.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Reduce your offset.
Yeah, I'm going to now.
Maybe 10. Drop it 10 megahertz.
It was so... It was nice.
I like this.
Hold on, we can see temps though. So, hold on.
What's temp? $25C, was that what that said? Oh, down here, yeah.
So now, yeah, we're actually not that cold.
Yeah, so this is what I was trying to point out.
Yeah.
So
we were at
this
like 52 before, so
this
now
is
we're
not-
like 4 degrees.
It's not like some ultra hack because we're not actually attaching LN2 to the core. So this is still hotter than like the liquid or the air conditioning solution people are using.
Yeah.
It's
It's not concentrated.
But it is going to be enough to. It's basically simulating like a hotter water cooling solution, like an AIO.
Yeah.
Did you drop your clocks?
Yeah.
10 megahertz. Okay.
Yeah. From 340 to 330.
Yeah, that should work. I like the comment that said, "This is the we have LN2 at home solution."
True. Well, I mean, it's funny. We're using like 5 pots.
I mean, it's kind of a lot, you know. Like it's evaporating.
Tell Vince,
fast.
yeah, you're 5 pots.
I used 5
you know?
the other day. Yeah.
It's funny.
Someone says just build the PC in Antarctica.
You know what I have a feeling it might be?
What?
Paste.
What about the paste?
A reapply.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but we're not cold though, you know.
Yeah, but it's still that
doesn't
paste
really-
tends to...
Maybe.
You'd be surprised. So if it boils in there,
Yeah.
sometimes it creates like bubbles.
It's not gonna boil though.
Well, it depends how hot it runs, but I guess we're only at 50.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you could do it with a reapplication, but
No, that should go, I think.
just trying to get some extra clocks. That's cool. What?
I don't think that's enough.
It does, yeah, Andrew says it looks like a turbo on a car. Alright.
I don't know if it's consistent enough to help.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it's a couple degrees, it's potentially a lot, but yeah. We could go to actual
I don't know what it
L2.
is. Yeah, see?
Yeah. What's the clock, though? Like the actual clock? Because if it's lower... Oh, is it bugged out?
I don't know. I feel like this newer system info was much more buggy.
What's your, what were your targets for that one?
What do you mean? We should be able to hit like
Clocks.
16 to 330.
You're at 330?
That's what I was just running at, and that was
330 and 2000?
yeah. It should be around 16,200 something.
Mm.
So it's either changing.
Do you remember you have the prefer maximum power setting that hasn't been set yet?
Yeah, but I don't think it really mattered.
Yeah.
So let's see.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth trying. Getting some movement on that one. What? Oh, is that what it was? Oh yeah, the tape's cracking. That's funny. Yeah, adhesive definitely does not hold.
All right, we'll try again. So I added two more settings. They prefer maximum performance on power,
Yeah.
and then the from quality to high performance.
Oh my gosh.
And then I have it at 335 instead of 330.
Crazy how like these gloves are not. I mean, they're effective for a little bit, but
They're not really
you know,
effective. It's not really helpful.
it still gets through it.
Yeah,
you know?
and then like it gets worse because if you get it in here, then all of a sudden it never works out.
Yeah.
It's just no point. That's why we laugh when people say that you need to use them. It's like you've never used them before, have you?
All right. Voltage dipping on load. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know if there's that Does anyone know? Is the voltage offset still screwed in software? Because it was like last week.
We weren't able to set anything on it.
Yeah.
We need to put those closer. We're being wince.
Yeah, I don't know if
Not
the
gonna make a difference.
put the L2 into a spray bottle and missed it through the GPU.
Yeah, if you put it in
Like watering a plant. It's like one of the air
Number one,
plants.
you put that in the like you'd have to have an insulated sprayer.
Basically, a
as soon as you do
sprayer.
it, it'll crack it.
Yeah.
Be funny though.
I think now we just see if you get a normal run with this, because if you don't, then
yeah, it's kind of.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like system info is what messed this up. Because I feel like the way I ran that before didn't do the same.
You updated it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Twice.
Yeah.
Because it updates it and then you gotta update it again.
Right. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, we could probably. I was just gonna see if. I mean, look at your screen. Yeah.
Might be wet.
Maybe.
Let's try this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be just at the end of what it can do for tonight.
Well, I don't know. I feel like
you did. You are in second place and possibly first with that score validates. You got 2 scores that might validate. Probably not though.
but I have a 6 foot.
Yeah.
So
Do you?
yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. I didn't. You snuck that past me.
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to explain the concept
Which one?
for people?
What?
Safe score.
Save score?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like we call that? So here's a thing called sandbagging.
Yes.
So I've actually had a previous score, so I know what it actually can do.
Yeah.
So I was at, I think, 16,228 or something like that.
Were you actually?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole point. I was trying to get the brains going. Come on.
So if you go to results, you can load it.
Yeah, hold on.
You're talking about one from pre-stream?
Yeah, pre-stream.
Funny.
Yeah, 16,228.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's got all the data, too. Looks
Yeah, and you can tell
valid.
the temperatures, so we're like 54.
You snuck that one past me. That's
I
funny.
did.
I had no
That's
idea.
why I was like, I know it works. So yeah, we do
I
have the
see.
record, but basically that was completely on air too. I think the problem is actually we're too cold. Like it's changing something there because we were testing with a higher temp.
Right.
So now we're colder. It's behaving
Well, I mean, it's
going
to throw all your numbers off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might be supposed to be running at like 310 or
Right.
315. Like.
I'm trying to think if I have a way I can connect attempts to validate. We would just, if I connect via Ethernet, that's easy.
Well, this one should validate easy.
I could unplug the stream system.
Nah, I wouldn't worry
Ethernet?
about it. We can.
You don't want to unplug the Ethernet from the stream to validate for the stream?
Yeah, putting it back might be a problem.
Do I have another Ethernet drop back here? I do not.
Let's see, though. I'm going to do a run. I want to try.
Does this have 3D marks on it? No.
Let's try something I haven't tried before.
I can. I can plug in like a USB Ethernet adapter and we can attempt to validate those scores.
You want to validate? But I gotta reset my password. Oh, man.
No, you can validate without logging in.
Yeah, but you have to put it under a name.
Well, yeah, when you upload it, but we can still validate. You know?
That's how you have to validate it, though. You have to
No,
submit.
I think it'll validate through the software. You don't have to submit.
Yes.
Ooh, that cable's a little frosty.
Yeah.
The table still exists. That's good. There's no giant craters.
Quality testing.
Yeah. Definitely froze the shit out of the soldering mat, though. This is probably like minus
Well, I don't know
100
if it
degrees
broke it.
right now.
You probably crack it.
Yeah, I'm
With a
sure
hammer?
you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd like bend it or something. That's pretty good. I mean, that's survivability. That's what we want for silicon. It's pretty good
impressive.
material. Yeah, silicon's good. All right, let me grab like a wireless thing and just see if we're able to validate it. I don't. If I
Let me
leave
see
the range,
something.
I don't think it'll cause any issues. I'll just mute it in case. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, thanks. All right, I'll be right back. Grab a thing.
I'm gonna see if. Might be harder to do on the phone than I thought. Oh, log in. Because I think you still have to do it under like a login to be able to validate. Unless they change support. Yeah, there's the sign in. $16,106 again. So it keeps passing. That's valid too.
You want to try and validate?
Actually, hold on. Does it allow you to validate? That just goes online.
Yeah, you gotta go online.
That's what you meant by validate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's Let's see if this antenna even works. So we're just going to connect and see if we can validate any of these high scores. Okay. Andrew, let me get the camera that direction. Okay, let's see. So if we can connect, looks like we're good. Okay, you can pan it back over. Which one are you trying to validate here?
I'll do load. Well, do that one just as a test. See if it makes any difference.
See if it
I just ran it.
Forces us to log in or anything. That validated.
Yeah, I think it's good now. Actually,
let's see. What else you got? What do you want? 16228?
Yeah, that's the one.
What's the record? 16,161 is the record. Is that already valid? It's already valid. Okay.
I told you.
All right, so that validated. Cool. What else? Where's the load button? Where'd it go? I have to like leave the tab. Oh, right there. Okay, well, Joe, would you like to celebrate now? Because that already puts you at number 1. 16240 is valid. Wow, sick. Was that your highest, 16240?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 16240 is your highest. And then, what was your highest Port Royal? 40,000?
No, I had to hire one of those.
Did you?
Yeah. I think you gotta go.
Wow. Cool.
So results that hold on. You gotta do it that way? That's weird.
So those were done without the LN2 Air, by the way.
Yeah.
That was, the LN2 Air did not help
Those
us
are
here.
my pre-testing, basically.
Yeah.
Going through and checking everything.
Well, your one we did on the stream validated too. The 16240, which is that one. That's the one I put 2 question marks next to.
Yeah, okay, so I have
819.
Or yeah, 819. So this one.
Scroll up. Valid.
Legendary. Yeah, but what is 48119 or 8919?
48119 would be 8th place.
The problem with this is memory on this one. I think with liquid nitrogen we could push it a lot farther.
Well, so you're in 8th place now with Port Royal, and you're in 1st for Steel Nomad. So if you log in and upload those scores.
Yeah, I can upload both of them.
So that would be under his name, which is Bearded Hardware.
Yeah, I'll put it up with the stream info.
Well, that's cool. So so that did validate.
Yeah.
Sick. Joe,
Yeah, I think it goes all the way to the end as long as you have most of it, though.
Congratulations.
That means we get Steve's braids.
No, that was not the deal. That was not what that was. Nice. That was your on stream.
Yeah.
That's sick. Nice. Not showing on a Hall of Fame yet. Yeah, he's not logged in.
I have to log in and put it in. Actually, hold on.
We'll keep the camera over here. Is your password just like beard?
No.
1?
Should be.
1, 2, 3, beard.
Number 1.
Yeah. Beard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We had a. Let's see what we got coming. He's trying to log in to see if he can post it to Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that way you guys can see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid when you can't see it.
That's cool. So, super chat, $10. Thank you from Rafa WAXT. Says, I love that Ryzen shirt he's wearing. Where can I buy one? They don't sell them.
Unfortunately.
That was AMD's Extreme Overclocking team made those. That was Bill and...
I've tried to get many of them, but unfortunately, I didn't.
My favorite was Bill's story about how Lisa Sue came through the lab and was talking to the Extreme Overclocking team, and apparently when she walked through the lab, what she said to the XOC team was, "You guys sure print a lot of shirts." It's like one of those, how much money are we spending on t-shirts? Did you show the back? You show the...
Oh.
This is probably why they're not sold, by the way. It's like...
Did you get it?
Got the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, he got it. All right. What else we got? So he's trying to validate it right now. Or it's valid, but he's trying to upload it. Got a BSG75. Thanks for the surprise. This weekend sucked. Good luck. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad, hopefully, we were able to entertain them.
Yeah, see, this is the problem.
Is that what?
Now I can't do them because they're already in there.
What? Oh, the result's already present?
Technically, the result is present there, so it doesn't
You can
allow
claim it, though. If you go to 3D Mark, there's a way to claim the result.
It's so annoying.
Compare result online. Click that button. And then I think it allows you to... server error. Wow, that's just... That's out of our control. Server exception is not something we can fix. I think that compare result online, if it will work though, will let you claim the score under your account.
No, I might have to just
try click it one more time.
Do what? The
compare online. Wait, server misconfiguration. Well, yeah, okay. So
that's why I usually never do it that way because there's something always happens.
Can you go to options? Is there a way to sign in? On,
that's what I was trying to think. If there's a way, but it doesn't look like. Oh, you're saying over here.
Yeah. It's the latest version, at least. That's good. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but hold on. Results? No. Stress test.
I think I can find it. There's a way to do it.
Usually me contacting them is usually how I resolve it.
Yeah, that works. And you just email them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to email them.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit.
So basically, the compare result online button throws a server exception, and which is a 3D Mark thing. And then on his account, it's saying the score is already uploaded, which is because we validated it. But then we're trying to check the result online.
I thought there was...
to claim it, but it's throwing a server exceptions. That's anticlimactic. Did they get a record yet? Yes. Steel Nomad. It is...
What's on the Huff? Look on the Huff real quick.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still SH 1988.
Yeah,
but
because
I mean also, sometimes it doesn't update right away. I think you just have to get them to validate it online. Like
yeah, I just give it to them. They'll know.
Because it uploaded under no account, and then their compare button is broken. So
you know,
you're bug testing for them. It's like you're doing your day job, except
resizable bar.
What about rebar? That looks wrong, but I'll look into it. Yeah.
Let me try this. Did I close it? I closed it out.
All right, so he's gonna try one more time, and then if you're not able to get their site working, then we'll email. Okay, let me do a couple of messages. So we had a store order from Glenn from Canada. I think that's Alberta. Thank you for ordering the RGB glitch shirt. We had an order from Matt from California. Picked up the blueprint shirt, a couple of them. Thank you for that. And then let me jump over to chat while he's trying to see if that'll go through. Oh, can you turn the fans down? Someone asked for that. That's a good point. They don't need to be running right now. Oh, wow. ST_RC. Wow, that's so much quieter.
It really is.
Every time. STRC says, just got my appendix removed. This has been entertaining while sitting in the hospital.
Oh, I was going to say, was he trying to get a 5090?
to pay for it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't. You might need more than one organ to buy a 5090 right now. That might be like you might need like a 2-for-1 type of thing. Well, sorry to hear about the need to get it removed. Hopefully, it went smoothly, but glad we can entertain while you're there. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's cool. Let's see some of these chats, man. Kevin said, "Beard meets LN2 GPU." Well done. Sax Knight said, "Pigtails to celebrate #1." No. You could do the Viking. Someone requested the braided beard though.
Disappointing.
Couple questions about the Ryzen shirt. Yeah, they don't sell those. That's just the
unfortunately.
OC team.
Yeah, we only the team members get them.
Yeah, or in your case, people who know the team members.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
Just saying. How long can we do this loop?
Just saying. I guess I'll close that one out. Maybe that will be it.
Let's see. We got one from Derek. Love the OC streams. I enjoy doing noob OCing for fun, but really want to move my desktop to Steam OS. Never done OC on Linux. Any recommendations? I have not ever overclocked Linux. Have you?
Problem is, well, you can't. So, well, you can, but you can't like submit. That's the problem.
Oh, a lot
so
of
like
these,
HWBot, no, because you need CPU-Z, and I don't think there's a Linux version.
Oh,
so you need to there's no validation for it, so that's why nobody really does.
I see.
That doesn't mean you can't do it.
Right.
There's APIs that you can do it. I know there's driver level APIs.
Yeah,
for
I know
like
Amit
NVIDIA.
has done some Linux OC stuff, but nothing.
A lot of the AI stuff is usually on some type of Linux OS, depending on like what you're using. But all that is there. It's just the biggest problem with it is validation. So like, if you were to do HWBot, you wouldn't really be able to validate anything because there's no CPU-Z version, or at least there used to be.
Did that work for you or no?
What?
You know, try the compare button again, or is it just got to email them?
I think I'm just gonna have to email them at this point because
try one
I'm
more.
gonna try another just to.
When you click compare, what browser does it open, and is it the same one you logged in on? Oh yeah, it is. It's server error. Okay. All right.
So.
Okay, we'll have to email them and ask them to whatever's going on with their server. Cool. Well, that was awesome. So the results ended up. We can do a recap, Joe. I think you just gotta. I think you just gotta let it. You just gotta email them.
No, I had to do it last time too. So,
yeah.
So,
well, I've had to. Yeah.
Many
Jay
times.
and I both had to do that in the past. So let's start with Steel Nomad. Steel Nomad is a really cool benchmark. First of all.
Yeah, I've found a new love for it. Like,
yeah.
New benchmarks usually get get the juices
It's
flowing.
nice to work on something new, yeah. So #1, 16,161 points. The initial target was #5. Definitely blew past that, regardless. That was 15,882. On auto, he was at 15,220. Did 100 megahertz offset to 15,537.
Yeah, and I think without the shunt mod, this was more in like the 14s.
Yeah,
14
that sounds right.
9s
Yeah,
or something.
it was
14.8s. Yeah, because you can tell power actually will help you out. For that. But yeah, keep going.
So 15,769 eventually for a 175.
Just plus 150 on the core, 0 on mem.
Well, 175 for the, then
Oh yeah, then I'm sorry,
so eventually get down to, you start doing big memory stuff where this was like stagnant, right? So you have the same.
Yeah, core really wasn't doing much. I think mem wasn't doing much.
Initially.
Yeah, so memory is kind of like, in Port Royal, memory makes a lot more. This one, it seems to be more GPU core, oriented.
Yeah.
Like it's more, by getting GPU core, you get more of a score. And that's really just in the benchmark itself. A lot of benchmarks can be like GPU and memory. Like Port Royal is a lot on the memory side, but it seems like Steel Nomad's less.
What's crazy is the jump. This was so much work to get to, and this ended up saying it's valid in 3D Mark when we connected to the internet. So that's cool. But the gap from 15,220 to 16,240 is only 6.7% increase.
Yeah.
That's like.
Not much.
Insane amount of effort for that. Yeah.
Yeah. For the amount of effort, it's not that much. But
yeah.
I mean, it is pretty powerful if you think about what those scores are and how you compare it to other generations.
Right.
That's where it's very crazy.
Yeah. So 6.7%. Yeah, that's like what you got to do. That's with a shunt mod.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're basically here if you don't shunt med.
If you maybe a little more, but
well, the thing is, it's temperature based. Remember,
we're
air. If you're in water, yeah, you can start getting to these just based upon water alone.
Right.
But on air, no.
Yeah. Port Royal. So Jay was number 24 at 40,169, excellent score, and then Lotus 7, number 10 at 40,674. Yeah, what was your 4819 is your safe that you did?
That was plus.
You know what that was? 3?
I want to say.
We're not 100% sure what the offset was
2000.
for this one. So auto was 38,611, and then there's like over 150 90s in the Hall of Fame, so there's a lot of scores in there.
Yeah.
It's like it's 99% of the supply. And then the 200 megahertz offset, 250 mem. So mem actually does kind of a
but
lot.
like I said, in Port Royal, it makes a big difference compared to, Steel Nomad.
Yeah.
That's where I was noticing like big differences, and we're kind of, I hate the word screwed, but we're kind of messed on this one because we're locked down to only being able to do plus 2,000 on memory.
Right.
I wasn't able to get it like working well with another OC tool.
He tried the.
I tried the
config
MSI config earlier. I tried it today, and I also tried it last night. But then it still wasn't giving me the results. As soon as I'd hit the profile, it'd still go back to plus 2,000 instead of doing like plus 2. I think I tried 2,200, 2,500, and then 3,000, and none of them worked.
Someone says, I see nothing in this for real world not practical. This is actually super practical.
This is actually the opposite.
This is the most practical we've ever done on stream, I think.
You want to get more performance, yeah.
Yeah, because all of this is, we were screwing around with the LN2 at the end, but all the actual scores were done on air only.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everything we just did is something, any GPU that's unlocked, which is pretty much any of the gaming GPUs, you could do this at home. So the percent uplift's like these days 7 to 12% maybe on a lot of cards. But the older generations, you could get 20s sometimes. So it just depends what card it was. Especially back when you could go find like an unlocked vBIOS on the internet or something.
Oh, yeah. Before 1080 days, man, we used to be able to do unlocked BIOSes. You could actually custom make your BIOS as well. But they block most of that because they do they basically use encryption on the driver.
Yeah.
So you can't just, get in. I think it's using like certificates based upon who can actually change it and mod it. We'll have to look into more detail.
Yeah, so I think overall, pretty fun stream.
I think so.
It's cool to see what it can do. And you did, I mean, it validated. So we'll have to see if the guys at 3D Mark will
Well, I have a
for
lower one that validates anyway. So.
Yeah, you have 2. Yeah. And even still, you got multiple like second place ones. So that was cool. All right. I guess we'll film a quick recap to throw into the video upload just for people who don't want to watch the whole thing. But
sounds good to me.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Joe, thank you for coming up and
always
joining.
A pleasure.
You're crushing my hand. And we will see you all next time. Thank you for joining us.